Meshach Te Ahuru. Entrepreneurs, jewelry, flooring, hairdressing, forestry planters, boxes, you name it, bro. My bro's in there somewhere.
I've always been one deep person. Wherever I go in life, I've always done it one deep by myself.
How to grow each of those and how to get them all to the next level.
Proving the haters wrong.
Yeah.
That was one of my biggest drives. Success to me is having the freedom to be able to do certain things that not everyone can do. I'm well ahead of the game. You don't learn this shit in school, and with me, I've learned all of this out of school. They say money doesn't buy happiness, but it buys happiness.
Could you be with a wahine if they have kids, that aren't yours?
If you find a woman that you're gonna fall in love with or wanna be with, and she's got a package there of kids, you take the whole package, not just her.
And everyone loves a little bit of controversy. What does the future look like for us as like a nation?
Divided, brother. That's the honest truth. The first vaccine, the lockdown, all of this is that I didn't agree with any of that, bro. They targeted the Māori and Islanders. They targeted people that were in need of the money.
Meshach Te Ahuru. Welcome to the show, my brother.
How's it, my bro?
No, all good, cuz, all good. Feeling good. Pleasure to have you here.
It's awesome to be here too, my brother.
Yeah, brother, bro. It's been in the works. It's been in the works for a while. Our catch-up has been in the works for a while. And instead of you and I picking each other's brain, I was like, shit, let's just share it to everyone as well, bro.
Definitely.
Yo, bro, I feel like you're the type of guy that can walk in any room, whether it be a room full of entrepreneurs, business full of corporates. You could be in a room full of tradies. You could be a room full of athletes, boxers, gang members, bro. You can be in any room and you still fit in. But what I think is, what I want to highlight there is that you are in these rooms still as you. Do you know what I mean? I want to know how you're able to do that, because I feel like not everyone can do that.
Yeah, definitely. How would I put it? Is being able to do that is being yourself, not being someone you're not. That's the biggest thing, and being trustworthy, honest.
Yeah.
Pretty much just being you, one identity, because there's a lot of people out there that are posting on the media that are this person, and in real life, they're a different person.
Yeah. Wow.
So just pretty much being you and keeping to your roots.
Yeah, bro. Speaking of being you, like that word authenticity gets thrown around a lot, but it's like, it's still being you. It's like a people skill. It's like you're able to adapt to all these different individuals. This is a skill that you have, being able to adapt to all these individuals while not changing who you are.
Yeah.
And I think it's rare, bro. I think it's a beautiful, unique skill. And I think a lot of us, we can go into rooms and then try and, I have to be this person. If I'm in a room full of these individuals, I got to change myself. Whereas I feel like you're always you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, that's what resonates for me when I'm watching some of the videos that you post. I'm like, bro, the bro's always him, but he's got as I say, you're with bloody forestry planters, and then you're over here with boxers, and then you're over here with bloody gang members, and you're still the same person.
Still the same person, brother. Never change for any circle you're with. Even if you're the only one in the room,
Yeah.
Just stand there and be taught to who you are. That's all I can say is, and then you're just able to adapt with anyone around you, and then people will accept you for who you are, not who you're trying to be. That's one of the biggest things for me.
Let's get to know a little bit about you then. Not here, brother. Where you from?
Taumaranui, King Country.
Yeah. How would you describe your earlier years in Taumaranui?
As in growing up?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, so growing up was... Had a all good lifestyle growing up with my parents and that, they're hard workers and family. But as in, going through school and all of that, working, that was pretty big for me.
You come from hardworking parents?
Yeah, definitely.
Hardworking background?
Yeah, my old man, he was always working, hardly ever home, always at mahi in the forestry.
Yeah.
Not only just that, every other job he was doing as well. My old lady was the same too. She was hardly ever home, but she was home there to feed us.
Yeah.
Put a roof over our head. That's the main thing.
Wow.
Is that we were fed, bro. But, speaking about her, probably get the drive and all that from her. Just a little bit of what she used to do to put food on our table.
Yeah, wow.
She was working 3 to 4 jobs a day, 7 days a week, no break. Right from up at 3 o'clock in the morning she used to take us with her actually. Crazy, you know, we're only 8 years old, 9 years old, and we're waking up at 3 a.m, my bro, to go to work and cook for the shearers. So she used to cook for a shearing gang. There would be about 180 to 100 people every morning.
Wow.
So she'll cook their breakfasts, their lunches, their teas. So she was up at 3 a.m. to about 6, cooking that. So I was in the chillers, young years, grabbing everything from the shelves, buttering the bread, you know, doing all those little handyman jobs, you know, getting our $2 here for a lolly or something like that. So she was doing that, you know, between those times, and then around 6:30 we'll shoot off home, 7 o'clock she'll get us ready for school. And then we'll go to school and she'll do her thing. And then around lunchtime, she was, you know, cleaning toilets, public toilets in town.
Yeah.
She was cleaning the toilets. And then after school, we'll, you know, she'll pick us up, drop us back home. And then she'll head to the high school, bro. So we've got a big high school, big 2-story block. And she used to vacuum all the floors, brother, from top to bottom. You know, that was around, I think, 5 o'clock. She'll do that. Get home, dinner was already prepped and cooked. She'll come home, get dressed. And then at nighttime, around, I can't really remember the proper times, but around 8, 9 o'clock, she'll shoot to the rest home for about 4 or 5 hours and, you know, wipe bums and all that, my bro. You know, for the old people. So she was a grinder, and she's, you know, she still is. She still is a grinder, and I've always just watched her, and I've always been taking the work. Same with my old man, forestry. Always brought up around that era of just go hard or go home. You know, you get the mahi done, you get paid. And do it the right way. You know, instead of all these, a lot of shortcuts out there in this world that a lot of people choose to do. Yeah, but anything easy, you know, it never has a good finish. There's always a deadline to the easy road to success. All I can say, when you work hard and do the hard mahi, is all I can say is you appreciate the value in it. You know, as you've done hard blood, sweat and tears. You've argued with your teammates, your bosses. You've gone through those stages, waking up in the morning, you know, leaving your family or whoever's there. You've gone through that to secure the bag rather than just go on the street and sell a bag. So there's a bit of a difference between it. No judgment on that side. We're all brought up different, but I think that's where I value a lot of my things in life is,
hardworking parents. And that sort of resonated onto you. And one of the reasons why you're saying the word drive, I want to ask you, because you're a father yourself, father of 2?
No, father. So I've got 2 kids myself that are mine. And I've been a stepdad since I was 18 years old. I've got another 2 kids. One's 17 and one's 12. So I've gone through those stages of raising kids that ain't mine personally from my blood, but are mine. You know what I mean? And you know, that's hard work. That's another level that not anyone can do.
Oh my God, brother! Me and my bros that are similar age, actually probably only, you know, a couple of years younger than you, we have this kōrero around like, man, could you be with a wahine if they have kids, you know, that aren't yours?
Yep.
And it's actually a great conversation to have with each other, because, you know, you're actually, when you think about it, you're like, you just mentioned, it's not easy. You know?
So my thing is, when I didn't meet my partner, I always been told and always stayed true to it was, you know, if you find a woman that you're going to fall in love with or want to be with, and she's got a package there of kids, you take the whole package, not just her. And it's always been like that. So the day I met her and knew she had kids, I already knew that I was going to be the stepfather or the
caregiver.
The caregiver.
Yeah, bro.
Caregiver for them at such a young age, 18 years old.
18.
You know, and 18 years old, there was a lot going on at that time, you know. 18 years old, we were in a house, even just with the living, the cost, it was hard work. With training, fighting, you know, working, family. It's hard work, bro. It's hard work. That's why I always give it up to the people that are doing their best and got the good results to show when they've got a family.
Oh my
like
God.
I always say, it's easy to please yourself and go on holidays and do cool things by yourself. You've only got one priority to look after. But when you've got other kids there, plus your partner and all that, it's a different story, my bro.
Oh my
different
God,
story,
brother. Oh my God. I think about this a lot lately. It reminds me of how much time because sometimes I think, oh man, I'm a hard worker. And I'm like, holy shit, Zach, you wait till you have a baby. You know, it's gonna change the game, you know? And when I say change the game, you're gonna have to find something else in you to keep doing what you're doing as well as look after that, you know?
Yeah.
So I think about that a lot recently, only this year, bro.
Yes.
Because sometimes I'm like, I'm a hard worker.
Nah, it's different when you've got kids, brother.
Bro.
It's different. And it's like the whole brought up with, you know, just when you just meet them, and then not only that, the hard part too is dealing with different baby daddies, bro.
Yeah, wow.
You know what I mean? And that's just not being a tough, you know, being a tough. That's more mine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Knowing that, you know, your new partner you're with has to still always see that baby daddy, and they still have that same connection and network. You know, they've been together for 5-10 years. You know, you can't take that memory, or you can't take that experience away from them.
History.
And, you know, that's history, brother, you know. And talking about, you know, stepkids and that is, you know, just having to know that the other fathers will always be in their life. But what you got to accept that.
Absolutely.
You know, you got to accept that to move on. But it's not easy to accept, you know, knowing that sometimes they've got to meet up in certain areas to drop the kids off, or you've got to leave this place because he doesn't get along with you, you know, and knowing that they're going to that house or they're meeting up here. Anything could happen, brother. You know what I mean? When you're out working, you know what I mean? You're out working and you just don't know.
Yeah.
You just don't know, because there's a lot of snakes and slimy people out there in this world, bro.
Oh my God, brother. Well, speaking of, so I've just learned something about you too, because I knew you had 2 kids yourself. You're also a stepfather as well to 2 other kids. You're mentioning your parents, such hardworking individuals. Do you feel like, going back to your younger self, your childhood, do you feel like you missed out on anything or lacked in anything that you make it compulsory or paramount to give to the 4 kids that you look after now?
Yeah, it's a touchy one on what to say about that. Like with me, I try and give, I'm not saying that my parents didn't give me time, but it was like, I look at it as I'm in their shoes now. You know what I mean? And they've created me, I'm in their shoes, and I'm just a replica of what they're doing. So I'm working, like non-stop working, you know, I'm doing so many different things in this world just to make an honest dollar, you know what I mean? And it's a lot of time, a lot of hard work ethics, and for me, I'm probably just the exact same, but giving back to, you know, trying to build an empire and trying to build a future for my kids. For when I leave, I know that they're secure. You know, one thing, they've got a business, and trying to teach them how to run a business. You know, there's a house there. When I go, there's a home there for them. They can always call home. You know what I mean? There's experience, skills, knowledge. You can keep talking about that for days.
Yeah, brother.
And it's all about me just trying to implement that into them as such a young person. But because they're still very young, my kids, you know, it's pretty hard to try and give them all that knowledge. I kind of want to fast forward them so then they can get older before I'm getting older too. You know, anything can happen tomorrow.
Yeah, brother.
So and then also on top of that, just try and give them time. But at the moment, you just don't know what this world's coming to. You know, you've got the lockdowns that come through. That just paused everything, you know. And for me, my biggest thing is, family is everything, joy and all that. But there's one thing I always say is, a lot of people might not agree with it. They say money doesn't buy happiness, but it buys happiness. You know, and I only hear it doesn't buy happiness from a broke person. You know, because at the end of the day, in my eyes, here we go. in my eyes, as I can look at it as, you know, I need, you need the putia to feed your family, go on trips, school holidays, you know what I mean? Food, roof. You know, you need all of that. I wouldn't say it buys happiness, but it gives you the tool. You know, it's like a tool there to give you the happiness. And in other words, you know what I mean? I just kind of cut it short at the start, but it's just another tool to bring you that extra happiness and give you better things in life to build on to whatever you're wanting to do.
Speaking of giving back, bro, I feel like you're the type of guy, you were just talking about time, kids, knowledge with your kids, skills, all that sort of stuff that we can talk about for ages. But you're like one of those guys that loves to share his knowledge with anyone, really, particularly like on your stories with young fellas, particularly young Māori fellas.
Yeah.
I get that vibe from you, bro. And I guess my question is why is that important to you, bro? To give your knowledge, to give advice.
I've always been told the more you give, the more you shall receive. So that's whether you're giving in, doesn't have to be in money, it can be in giving love, giving knowledge, wisdom. So I'm all about helping others, knowing that one day it'll come back to me. It might not come back to me from that individual person. I could share a lot of things with you and you might not give me anything back. But then someone down the line I could meet just off the bat gives me something. And, that's like what goes around comes around type of thing. And I love to try and share knowledge to a lot of people that weren't brought up around it, you know what I mean? Because I'll say I had a good tool, a good skill from my parents being able to share that with me. And not only that, it was at such a young age going to work, not being in school, because I was, I'm like a dropout at school. I got shat on when I was at school. My whole school childhood memory, it was, it wasn't the nicest, I was classed as going to be on the dole, going to be a bum. Couldn't read, couldn't write, couldn't speak properly, just all of those things, couldn't do my maths. There's a lot of things, but when it comes to practical hands-on, they would always call me for that, So I always knew I was going to be an asset somewhere in this world. Wow. If it wasn't going to be within writing books or, going to school and going to university. College, university and all that, I knew that my hard work ethics and my drive would get me to those places. And then as I get to those places, I can slowly build up that their knowledge on, reading, writing and learning those things out. And I find it more easier for me to do do maths and all of that type of thing as in person, you know what I mean? Like seeing it in my eyes rather than looking at a book. Yeah. Because when I'm looking at a book, bro, I for me, just growing up, I always had like a couple of white bros that were real onto it. So I always told them, bro, like, let me copy and trace, what you do and I'll help you out. Like, if any of the bros try and bully you, I got your back. So it was kind of like, help me, help you, help us. So, and that used to be me, bro, back in school, So like when it come to anything, heaps of little things, bro, reading cards, bro, we used to turn the page over, slip the answers under, flip it over, and then just write the answer and the teacher comes over or just kind of fold the page up a bit so they can't see through it, not knowing that we're tracing it, or else, there's many ways to get through a test to get an A+, bro. There's many ways,
Oh, crack up, bro. Well, would you consider that, because I view that, bro, as mentorship, the way that you do offer your knowledge and advice to all, but in particular the young fellas. Were your parents that for you? Were they your mentors during your earlier years? Yeah,
definitely. They mentored me right from the bottom, pretty much. Not just them. All my bosses I've worked for, everyone that I've done mahi for. Not only that, my coaches, rugby, touch, boxing. Those are all my mentors, all put into one. You know what I mean? So it's like. It's a lot of mentors in my life that I've come across, a lot of bosses, a lot of idols, I would say. And I've just taken a leaf out of all of their books and just kind of put it into my own page, my own book.
Well, you're definitely one of those guys in my mind anyway. Speaking of mentorship, actually, there's a lot of programs and guys worldwide that offer paid mentorship. So, you buy my course, you buy my program as an investment and I'll offer you some type of mentorship. It's a popular thing at the moment worldwide. What are your thoughts on paying someone to be a mentor? Have you ever done that, or would you ever do that? Would you ever consider that to get yourself to the next level?
Yeah, I see a lot of that going around. It's definitely big. Yeah, definitely big, especially getting paid to help mentor people. For me, I feel like, it's more like, I could do it, but like I just kind of just post on my media here and there. But if I did want to get bigger, I could do that. But then in saying that, you got to have a lot of time as well. And as in time, like when you've got, a family, you've got so many businesses you run and you're always in and out of town, you're traveling, training, just so many things to do, like just having to mentor people online on video calls, like my family will get zero time for me, you know what I mean? So that's probably like the the big thing for me, like maybe if I was like multi-millionaire and had was so wealthy, I was able to just focus on helping people, then I could do that. Because most of those people, they just do that as one job, and that's their only job. But with me, I've got many jobs. I've got many jobs to upskill on and take to the next level. So maybe one day as I get older, I'd look into it. But it is something that I've been asked to do, is set up like a subscription for a lot of little things like that. But for me, just at the moment, I've just got no, like, people say you have time, but for me, like, my time is very minimal because I'm doing so many things.
Yeah, cuz we'll get to those many things in a bit, but I wanted to actually start with, bro, I feel like you've done a lot of life young. You know, like we were just mentioning, bro, 18 as a stepfather going into that world, but you know, your first job, we were talking about it here, mowing lawns at 7, 8 years old. We'll get to that as well. But, you know, started a job young, started business young, started making money young, bought a home, your first home young, you know, having kids young. Or I feel like, would you agree with that? That you've done a lot of
everything
life,
young.
Yeah, bro.
Real young.
And like, there's pros and cons to everything that we do in this world. But like, how do you feel looking back at everything you've done at the age of what you are, 26 years old? Like, it's crazy, right?
Yes.
Young, bro. And you're talking about this drive, you're talking about this fuel, and it's obviously you've had it from a young age, and it's sort of just morphed itself into where you are now. Apart from, I do want to go there deeper into that fuel, because you're mentioning your mum, and that's one of the reasons why you have this fuel and this drive. And that's very relatable, bro. I can resonate with that a lot, actually. Do you feel like it's all, the fuel is like, you come from a place of good, and the things that you're chasing are with good intentions, or do you also come with that idea of what you're talking about? People may have looked down on you in school, and your drive may be from a place of resentment, and you know, I want to prove all you wrong for doubting me in school. You know, you say I couldn't read, watch this, I can do these things with my hands. Do you know, or is it a combination of both, where, mama, thank you for everything that you've done for me, pass the torch on to me, I'm gonna go do it? Or is it like is it a combination of both? I just want to dive into your fuel a little bit more, bro, because you know, from the age of 7, having that hunger to where you are now, you know, 20 years later, look what it's done for you, bro. So I think it's important for people to know.
Yeah, definitely. Both. Come from both, bro. You know, so like just growing up young, like you mentioned, you know, making money at such a young age, bro. Not knowing that I was running a business back then, you know, at such a young age, not knowing that, but I didn't have the knowledge to understand what a business was at such a young age. And that's going back from, like, my first ever earn was selling fee gels. Like I said, you know, selling fee gels on the side of the street, $2.50 a bag, $5 a bag, depending on the size. And then having, you know, one of my white boy mates across the road, you know, so he had like what we talked about before, he had the table and cheese, and it's like, I look at it now, but I didn't realize back then, like, I had the product to sell. It grew off our trees, you know, off our land. It was free. I had the product, and then the bro had the store. So across the road, we used to chuck all the bags on this table, and because he was right on the main road, my driveway was a long driveway, his driveway was short, right on the main road. Yeah. So, you know, we just straight down the middle. It was like a running a business, bro, you know, and then like having to, you know, contract or socialize with clients, or, you know, different people coming through, like I said, a proper business, being able to handle, you know, different walks of life, driving past, you know, wanting to pay for this, blah, blah, blah. You know, we'll get the odd little laugh here and there from certain people, but, you know, that didn't faze us, because we're making $1, you know what I mean?
Oh, you're in business.
Yeah, we're in business, bro, yeah. And then like going from there, and then going to mowing the lawns, you know, like what I spoke about before, was mowing the lawns. That was another good one, you know, $10 a lawn, cash in a hand, you know. I was, you know, 7, 8 years old, making $10 a lawn. I was the old, you know, Nan's old push one with the cuts, you know, put your finger and slice it off. So one of those, I wasn't the motor one. So doing that at a young age too was the drive to, you know, just seeing the dollar and being able to earn something. Like with growing up with my family, I'll say we didn't grow up in the struggle because they worked very hard for us to give us not the struggle. You know, they broke that cycle. But in saying that, for us to have those things that they gave to us, as much as they were given, they were well earned. Yeah. You know what I mean? So like another thing I used to make money off, which is another business I didn't realize I was doing until now, was, you know, my old man brought us a little 50cc motorbike. And I used to go, we live right next to the church, the Taumanui Baptist Church, and I used to go next door and charge out $2 for one lap around the field. And I was only taking 2 minutes for a lap, and I was making $2 2 minutes, so $1 a minute. Wow. You know, and that was back then, my bro. You know, that was back like 2010, I don't know, something like that, something crazy anyway. And if you look at it now, I was making $1 a minute. You know, I wasn't consistent every day, but when I did go over there when it was busy, that's what it was. It was, you know, and then, you know, I used to go home, you know, show my old man, show my old lady, oh, Mum, I made, you know, $30 today, you know, and then my old man was like, you know, that's good on you, boy, put that in your money jar. And he goes, he always say, $5 for the gas. Because remember, you got to pay for it. So to make money, you got to pay, you got to make money, you got to spend money. Yeah, so, you know, it was always like that. So I wasn't just use and abuse that. I was paying for my tank of gas. It was only like $5 would get me a full tank of gas, you know, but I was making $30 out of that. So I was walking away with $25. Profit. You know, that's profit, bro. So I was always had to pretty much work to get the treats. And the treats were not always there, but they were there. But they were never handed out like just on a platter. Yeah, I was always had to, you know, work my way
earn my way
to it. And then like what you said about the schools and all that, and like where I am now in the drive, a lot of that's from the schools too. You know? What I did through childhood school and that, like you said, proving the haters wrong. That was one of my biggest drives. You know, when I used to sit in class sometimes, and you know, school's not for everyone, my bro, and especially like me. You know, I'm ADHD, so I'm full on all the time. I'm on the go. I can't sit in the class for 8 hours a day, my bro. You know. That drives me crazy. Check me outside, bro. I'll run laps around anyone. You know what I mean? That's pretty much how it is. You know, I was just on the go. Just the energy level was just a lot different than other people. But I used to get, you know, like I wouldn't say bullied because I was always strong-minded. But I used to get called heaps of names. Oh, he's this, like with ADHD and all that. Oh, there's something wrong with him. All of those things, you know, as going through the schools. He's a crazy person. I went through all of that. You know what I mean? But I just, you know, oh, well, if that's what you think, that's cool. You know, but it was just that my drive was just so, and my opinions are so like rough and raw. I'm pretty like black and white. You know, I kind of hate beating around the bush. I'd rather just go straight to the point. Whereas now that I'm older, I've learned to kind of say it in a different manner. So then people can understand, because not everyone understands us, like what we think, we'll spit it off the bat. Like we don't need a piece of paper to write this shit down. You know, we'll just say it off the bat of what we can memorize or what we've been through, bro. Wow. Yeah. And then with the school, bro, it was a mission going to school, and you know, with the teachers and all that too.
Do you still feel like with the school resentment and using your drive in that world, do you still feel like you operate with that today?
Still operate with it today. Yeah. I've just moved those school haters to the town haters type of thing. Not that I do anything bad, and not that I got heaps of haters or whatever, but there is people out there that doubt me. You know what I mean? And I'm always out there to prove, always there to, you know, not just that, but prove them wrong. You know, prove them wrong. And then it's funny because, you know, first they hate, and then when they see you doing good, they want to copy. And not only they want to copy, they ask, they want the blueprint, you know, they want the plug. How did you do that? How did you do that? You know, and then you tell them it, and then they go and turn their back on you, and you know what I mean? There's just too many snakes out there. So I'm pretty like, I'd say one deep, you know, I've always been one deep person. Wherever I go in life, I've always done it one deep by myself. Any concert, go to town, I drive there by myself. If I'm going to a party, I turn up by myself. Everything's one deep, and I look at it like I was always secluded from school. So when I was in class, like I was always like, you know, the bell would ring about 3 o'clock. The bus turns up 3 o'clock. The bus leaves at 3:15. So like when I would be in like certain classes, my teachers used to let all the kids out and then lock the door on me, and I would have to walk home. You know, and it's like I'm walking home one deep by myself, and that one deep mentality is what I can say about that is like being in the ring, fighting in that is, yeah, you have a team, but when you're in the ropes or in the cage, there's no team in there. It's just you and the opposition.
Wow.
So that's when I started getting into that career of being able to just do things by myself.
Yeah.
And for me, like not having to worry about who's my backbone type of thing. It was, I am it. I couldn't rely on people. And to rely on people nowadays is very rare to find someone you can rely on, you know, because they either want to be paid or they either want a handout.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, if you're gonna, and then like people that do help you, like for me, if I want to help you, I'll help out of love. I don't want nothing back. But most people nowadays, like today's world, is they'll help you and then they want something out of it. You know what I mean?
Something.
They want, the expectations are too high for their own value.
Wow.
Like, you know what I mean? Like some of those people that wanting these high expectations, like, you know what I mean? Like the lifestyle they live is not even at the value of what they're wanting from the person that they're trying to, you know, that's wanting to help.
Well, I love that. I also feel like that one deep mentality, it's like one of the things that I've recently sort of, and it sounds kind of basic and familiar, but the idea of responsibility, like you are responsible for everything in your life.
Yep.
You know, like you are actually responsible. You know, like if you want to change anything, you can. We are so lucky here in Aotearoa, we get the opportunity to do that. But that one deep, it's up to you.
Yeah.
You know, like you said, my backbone, it's me. When I'm in the ring, love all my sparring partners, all my team, as you're mentioning, but it's me in there, you know?
Yeah.
And that one deep mentality, you are responsible for everything. So you're responsible for the way that you look. You are responsible. You know, there are things in life that happen, but at the end of the day, you are responsible. You're able to do whatever the heck you want to do if you have a similar mentality of putting it all, the accountability, responsibility on yourself to make that change, you know?
You know, it's only you that can make the change. At the end of the day, that's all I can say. It's only you that can make the change. You know, someone can give you knowledge or try and help you, but no matter how much help you get, it's up to you to make the change.
Yo.
You know what I mean? And I see a lot of people out there that do get the opportunity to change and they get the tools there, they take advantage of it.
Yo.
You know, because it's always given. But then when there's nothing for anyone to give to you and you notice that, you know, I gotta step my game up. I've got to make a change. That's when you're in the deep trenches game. You know, I'm making a change now.
Holy heck, brother. Speaking of, you're mentioning some of the things, you got a lot of things that you're doing. The idea, people obviously want success, you know, they want to be successful. What does success look like for you now, bro?
As in what way? Because there's many ways of...
Yeah, bro. Everyone has, like we were talking about money before. Some people view success as money. Some people view success as Instagram followers and, you know, fame. Bro, for me, having success now after the year that I've had this year is like the freedom. And when I say freedom, it's like freedom in all ways, like freedom to, like this morning, bro, my brother, you know, had to pick up the bloody phone. I had the freedom to be able to do that, you know? And then I'm meeting you, I have a little bit more. There's pros and cons with everything.
Yeah, definitely.
But freedom is definitely what I view as success for me right now in my life. It may change, you know, as I change, but that's an example. And you were talking about money before, and you will say that idea that, you know, people say money doesn't bring happiness and this and that. Bro, my viewpoint on this, because if you're talking about that idea of success, and I want to actually know your thoughts on this, because, bro, for someone pretty similar to you that doesn't come from money or had a lot of money, and there's a lot of people that say, bro, you don't chase the money, you know, don't view as money as the thing. And I get that, cool, but like, let me experience, you know, once I get it, and like, I feel like it's not going to change a lot of who I am deep inside. It may or may not, but I do view having a certain amount of money as success, you know?
Yeah.
In my personal opinion. And so let me get it. Let me try to get it. I may not get it, but I do view that as success.
Nah, definitely. Success to freedom. Success, freedom. Success to me is having the freedom to be able to do certain things that not everyone can do.
Yo.
I'm not saying that I've got all the freedom in the world, you know, at the moment, because I'm still working hard. I'm still working at, even though I'm a business owner, I'm still working 9 to 5 job.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And after hours, people think that just getting into a business or starting a business, oh, he's cracking it, he's winning. You know what I mean? It's not even that. It's not even glamorous.
Yeah.
You know, people don't realize the trenches you got to go into. You know, what they'll say now, emails, messages, the clients, just there's so many things to go into a back of a business. Your taxes, your GST, your provisional, they don't realize that there's a lot to just making money.
Yo.
And one thing I've learned is over the last couple of years is the more money you make, the more you have to pay to the tax department, bro.
Wow.
And it's like this government, they bring out all of these different things for you. One is like GST, you know, your 15%, you know, you charge it on top of your invoice and whatnot, but you're always having to pay that back. And it's like, yeah, you can claim on certain things, but it's crazy. Like an incident that happened this year, my work van got crashed into. So I paid about $38,000 for my work van. I got crashed into, I got insured for it. And I got the insurance paid me out. It wasn't an earn or anything. I never made the money. Someone crashed. It was an insurance payment. Insurance paid me out for my work van. I then had to pay my GST back on my work van, and it's like I wasn't even earned. I didn't even make money.
Wow.
I would rather have my work van than rather me having to pay it back. But because it's unable to get used, it's like why even bring GST out?
Yo.
Like, you know what I mean? It's just like a payment you've got to pay. And then as soon as your business ends or you sell your vehicle or whatever, yeah, the depreciation comes through, but you've still got to pay that back one day. You know what I mean? And it's just like another tax on top, bro. It's like they might as well just cut the GST and just keep it normal.
Yeah. But you're right though, as you continue to level up in certain ways, more problems are going to come up, eh?
More problems come up. And that's the problem is people see people doing good things and like the successful people. They, wow, you know, he's got this, that's cool, he's brought that, but then they don't understand that they've got big bills as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like some of these bills, like mortgage payments, repayments, you know, business payments, all of these things add up. But like I said earlier, you got to spend money to make money.
Yeah.
And if you ain't spending money to make money, you're not making money.
Yep.
And then the other thing is if you're not paying big taxes and GST, you're not making money.
Yo.
You know, but the problem is that when you're making big money, you're paying half of that back to, you know, to the government, bro. And it's crazy. It's crazy how they sting you with it.
Yeah, brother.
Yeah, it's not cool.
Yeah.
Especially when you grind this hard and then you see them wasting it on dumb shit.
Well, speaking of success, that idea of freedom, one of the things that you've had success in is business. And bro, one of the things that I noticed, we mentioned when you started business at such a young age, but now you got multiple. And one of the things that stood out for me is they're in like different sectors. You know what I mean? Like, bro, my bro's in bloody jewelry. My bro's in jewelries, you know, in planting, his flooring, hairdressing, like you name it, bro. My bro's in there somewhere. My question is, so in other words, you've diversified. Why have you decided to diversify in different sectors as opposed to having one and going absolutely ham in it? Do you know what I mean?
Biggest thing for me in that is that when you're in business, one thing, well, for me anyway, what I've come across my own experience, not everyone, but 99% of business out there, they have an on-season and an off-season. So it's like, for an example, the mountain, Snow Mountain, it's only busy in wintertime when the snow's there. And then the off-season, it's like, if you were to run the mountain, you have to make so much money within that time frame it's open. But that's, you know, you might make, say, a couple of $100K in that first time frame. But people don't realize that couple of $100K, whether it's in the Snow Mountain or whatever business it is, that's got to then be divided for the rest of the year, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, bro.
Like for an example, for me, like I might turn over, for an example, just say, I might turn over 20K this month and then next month slow. You know, I might only make 10K. You know what I mean? And then it's like, now I've got to divide that into, you know, 2 months.
Yeah, bro.
And people think they're like, and most people out there that you do hear of, they're big earns. And I see it all over the social media, bro. Everyone only posts their big earns. Yeah. You know what I mean? But that's only one, that might be one day, 2 days or 1 week, whatever it is. They might earn heaps that. But the biggest thing I look at when it comes to business is the yearly earn, because that's, you know, that's yearly. Yeah, that's where it counts as the end of the year. That's, you know what I mean? You can make anything at the start or in the middle, but in total, when you add that up, what have you really made? Because there's a lot of businesses out there that make big money. I'm not saying I make big money, you know what I mean? But I do see a lot of people out there try and sign people up to act like they're making this money, you know? And I see all this, and for me, like all of this, you know, trot now, comment now, all this shit over the media, bro. Like one thing you can't beat, bro, is just going to mahi and doing the job.
Yo.
You know, there's no such, there's pretty much no such thing as the passive income where you invest and you just get paid. That's different, bro. These investments where you like invest into something and then wait for a couple of years and then it grows and then you sell it.
Yeah.
But getting paid consistently, you know, it never lasts long, bro.
Yo.
I've been into all these Ponzi schemes before. And it's crazy because a lot of people are getting sucked into it, bro. Sign up for this $20 here. Like, look at the NFTs that went out, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That went crazy.
Yeah, bro.
Where's the NFTs now?
Yeah.
You know
where's
what I
my
mean?
trillion?
Yeah, where's my trillion there? Yeah, it's gone. But one thing I can say when it comes to the businesses and that is that, yeah, like, make sure whatever you're getting into or whatever business you're wanting to go for is do your due diligence, you know, on the yearly income, not just the weekly, not just the daily. You know what I mean? It's the yearly that counts, bro. That's where it really counts. And yeah, a lot of people don't realize about that.
I love that. That's a gem right there, but I never thought about it like that. I love that a lot. Speaking of a couple of your businesses, or probably all of them, they
Oh, so yeah.
What I noticed from them is they are also like things that I feel like you enjoy. Like when you're out there planting, like, yeah, it's hard money, but you're like, I've seen some of your stories where like no place I'd rather be. Like you're doing the money where, you know, jewelry. You look at you wear jewelry yourself. You know, why not make money selling it as well to other people? Boxing. So me and you bloody, you know, the respect came because I've seen what you've done in the game. You see what I've done in the game, you know, and then you've started, like you were talking about giving knowledge, and may as well get a bit of putia that way too. Is it important to you to do or enjoy what you love to do in business?
Yeah, I find that important, you know, because the one thing I can say is a lot of people work just because they've got to pay something, or they just working just because they're working. See, with me, with any type of my business or anything I put my mindset to, is I've got to love it, you know, and then when you love it, it feels like you're not working. When it comes to flooring, bro, like I could lay two stories, three stories, I could lay complexes all night, all day. If there's light, bro, I'll go on all night because I enjoy it. Yeah. I love it. And it's not only there, it's like I enjoy like leaving the room, going into a house or going into I've done multi-million-dollar mansions, bro, and it's crazy. Like just a married boy just from the hood, pulling up to a mansion, you know, and it's like, wow, I get to do that. And when I drive past those houses, wherever I travel, bro, I laid that house, wherever I'm in the car, bro, you know that house? Yeah, I did that house. You know what I mean? It's crack up, and it's like, builders are the same, bro. You see that house, bro, I bought that house, you know? And it's like a little thing you can look back on and be like, yeah, I've been in that house, and
well, it's the story you get to tell, eh? It's like everything, bro. You know, you can correlate that to whatever, bro. A fight. Yeah, I fought there. Yeah. You know, it's history, whatever, you know, it's your version of that, you know, whatever the thing is that you're doing. Yeah,
and then like going back on like, you know, how you said about loving what you do for what you make, like, you know, your money in it. Yeah, that's real big, bro. That's real big. I enjoy doing the jewelry. I enjoy planting the trees. And for me, and what you spoke about earlier, how am I able to diverse into all of these businesses? And I said, you've got your on season, your off season, is that planting season is only in the winter. So that's a big chunk of money I can make within that time frame. And I've always been brought up around that. Yeah. You know, ever since a young age, bro. Like I'm talking about when I was like 2013, 2014, 2015, I was turning over 1 to 2.5K a week, bro. And I was only like 15, 16 years old, bro. Wow. You know what I mean? Back then I was making more than parents and their kids working. You know, and I'm not trying to say like I'm the man, but it's just like not just me, but anyone could make that because it's about the hard work you put in. Because. And then that just carried on building like year to year, 2018, 19. And then when I got into my flooring, and then with how I said planting seasons during the winter, soon as the winter turns over, I started getting into flooring. And because my old man, he always said to me, boy, there's good money in the forestry, but you don't want to be like me. If you want to make money in the forestry, you got to be a forestry owner. Be the owner. Don't be the worker. Wow. Yeah, you can still make money. He goes, but being the worker is your body gets rooted, you know, you get broken down. That's hard work, brother, climbing over sticks, halls, like the places that we work in, like people will be scared to even jump out their car. But you can't even get a car there, bro. You got to go on motorbikes and shit, you know what I mean? Or horses, you know, that type of shit. So it's like, you know, he always said to me, like, yeah, you can make good money, but don't always just rely on the planting season. Go and find another trade. So for me, as I started getting into it, so in 2014, I first started flooring. 2014, I first started flooring, bro.
Wow.
Yeah, crazy. And that was the first. I've been flooring for about 10 years now, I think it is. So 2014 was my first time I floored. But we'll talk about the end of this, but going back to like the very first of the businesses and the money making, as we're talking about it now, just to get it off the chest.
Hit it.
Yeah, bro, that's us. Let's go. Is going from like mowing the lawns at such a young age, with the push lawnmower. I couldn't use, you know, the old man wouldn't let me use to start one, you know. And then going from that to selling the Fiji hours, you know, that was another earn. Going to, you know, for the motorbike, you know, lending that out. It's like having what's it called, bro, when people come over? Like a hireage, you know what I mean? It's like a hireage business, bro, but for 2 minutes, you know?
Wow.
But the 2 minutes was getting me $1 each minute. And it went from that. And then I went into doing like building. So I was a bit of an apprentice, helping out a couple of builders around town. And then moved out onto a farm. And then then when I went to high school, because I only did 2 years in high school, and because high school wasn't for me, I was fencing, bro. So I got all my farming tickets, my fencing tickets at a young age, 15 years old, bro. Make my own fence, you know, driving tractors, motorbikes, ATV courses. I smashed all of that out because I knew the practical side. I'm a titty fingers, bro.
Yeah,
you know?
bro. Yeah,
I love touching things and being like, well, what's that gonna do if I do that? You know, let's experiment it. Yeah. So I went from doing all of that, the farming, the hay bales, bro, just hard mahi stuff.
Yeah, cuz.
And then as I got older, got 15, 16, got my license, and then I was able to buy my first Toyota Hilux. So then I bought that. And I used that to do lawns. So then I was driving around doing lawns around the town, working for Harcourts. So I had a contract for them, and I was doing all the state houses and like weed eating and the clippings. And the good thing with me is that when I got into it, is we had a farm and my old man had pigs. So all the clippings in it, bro, I'll take all the clippings away, weed eating, bro, I'll just tip it straight over the bank and the pigs will be smashing the grass back. So it was like, I was a win-win situation, bro.
Two birds, one stone.
And then went into that, and then went into cleaning gutters in there, bro, for houses, you know what I mean? Up there with the water blast and the hose. No safety, nothing safety, bro. Slippery as, you know, just a Mary trying to get it earned, bro. And I, you know, everyone just beat past. And then I started doing lawns for the motel in town. So I used to do the lawns, bro. You know, I never went to school, but when the school bus would come past or people come past, I'll be beeping and laughing, bro. I used to get it all the time. He's mowing lawns, you know what I mean? But then I was looking at it, bro. I was getting $75 for that lawn. So that motel was paying me $75. And it was taking me 45 minutes to do that lawn, bro. $75.
Wow.
45 minutes. And that was when I was 15, 16. And then I went to Road Royal, you know, kind of moved over to Road Royal at a young age. And I moved straight in with one of my pretty much cousins, mates. He introduced me. This is Tyson Sykes, another good boxer. One of my idols for boxing, you know, and so I moved straight in with him. I wanted to train with him. So I moved in with him. He was doing flooring at the time. So that's how I got my flooring job. Yeah, so then I was boxing and flooring there. And then the planting season come back around. So I moved back home for the planting season. But then I ended up staying back home for a little bit longer, bro. And then getting back into selling firewood. Yeah. So then at the time, when the olds and that brought this farm, it had pine trees, bro, and it was about to get logged, you know, within 5 to 7 years left of the logging. So it got logged, bro, and all the scrap logs that were left over, the old man went and brought a wood splitter, and he was just like, oh, well, there you go, you fellas want to make it earn, there you go. Wow. Everything's there for you, you know what I mean? So that was cool, you know, that he was able to do that for us.
Yeah, bro.
And then so that was us, bro. Wood splitter at night time with the head torches on, bro. He had I had my own truck, he had the tandem cage trailer, bro, and we were just filling it up. $250 a load. I was doing like 5 to 10 loads a day. Wow. $250 cash in the hand. That was in 2000 and that was when I was 16, you know, 16 years old, bro. Yeah. That was a good little earn there. And people don't realize that just being able to jump into those different businesses, well, hustles. Young, I was like a little hustle for me. So I jumped into all of that. So I was doing all the firewood, and then I ended up getting back into the forestry after that. Did a year pruning, and then stayed there. Planting season come through, and then I moved back over to Rotorua again, and then got back into fighting, and then I was flooring, and then like I said, my old man said, you don't want to do the forestry for the rest of your life. It's a hard job. Unless you're going to be a business owner, be a business owner. And that's where it's a little bit comfortable. It's still hard work, but you don't have to climb those hills. You don't have to do this, you know what I mean? So then I got in good terms with my old boss, my first ever flooring boss, which is, he's the bro now, Joe Thompson. So I used to do flooring for him in Rotorua, bro. And it was crazy. It was crazy because when I met him, he asked what I used to do. And I said, I plant trees, bro. My old man runs his business. And then he was like, bro, I used to plant trees before I started flooring. And then he goes, this is just like planting trees, bro. One box, you get like $35 a box. He goes, when you're laying carpet, you get like 35 a meter. So it was like one box with trees, you know what I mean? So and it was like, you didn't get paid alley rate, or was getting paid for how much meters we're putting down and how much boxes of trees you were putting down. So I kind of just combined it well, bro. So then I was doing like off-season flooring and then on-season planting. So I was going back and forward. And then every time I'd leave, I'd be like, oh, sorry, brother, like, I have to go. Because at the time, I was on, what was it, 530 a week. Yeah, that's when I was living in Rotorua. And it wasn't easy living there, bro. That was my biggest struggle when I moved. Because when I moved to Rotorua, I didn't really have any family. I had to make family. Yeah. You know what I mean? I didn't have my mum, my dad there. I didn't have family there. And I was like, I was sleeping on couches, on all different couches in all different houses. Like I said, bro, bread and reduce the clear, bro. Down there every day, bread and potatoes, bro, for dinner. That type of shit, It wasn't like noodles, we'll just smash or whatever it was. Bro, I'm all training hard too. And and then when I got back home and then I started, like I said, did all my flooring. I went back to Taumata for one more stint of planting, and then cracked it out of that. And then I went back to Rotorua for a bit, and then I ended up moving to Hamilton. So then I moved to Hamilton. The Tron, bro, the Tron.
Careful.
Yes. But actually, before I talk about the Tron, is when I was in Rotorua, when the flooring would be quiet, I would jump in the bros truck and would do meat deliveries. So we were doing meat deliveries for like the what you call it, the centre place, the food court in there. So we're doing meat deliveries, fish and chips, all of that. So we're doing the meat deliveries, and then I got into a job with Miss Fisher and Michael's son, Dave Wells. So he's a very wealthy man too. So he was my boss for a bit too. So I learned a lot of things off a lot of people. And started doing rat traps, bro, believe it or not. Wow. Yeah, crazy going from all of that to making rat traps, plastic rat traps, and So we were doing that for about me and Tyson, and the fams that I had made over there. So we were doing that for so long, but then, so then anyway, fast forward, moved back to the Tron and carried on flooring then. Me and the bro moved over there. We got a house, and I was 17 at the time. Moved back to the Tron and carried on my flooring, did all of that, and then I ended up moving back down home, Taumata again, back to the King Country. So I went back down there, and I did one more stint before I ended up going back to flooring and then going out on my own. So then I went there, made my money, bought me a new Hilux, blah, blah, all that. Moved to Hamilton, I carried on my flooring, ended up getting in with another boss, bro, because I just keep jumping out of my old bosses, It's a bit hard when you're like, a bit of Mickey Mouse on and off when it suits you type of thing. But I did explain that, like, bro, like I'm chasing the bag and like getting paid $520 a week. When I would plant trees, bro, I was making minimum $500 a day. Yeah, cuz. $500 a day. $500 to $1,000 a day when I was planting trees. And it was good because my old boss understood how much money I can make planting. And then he used to even tell me, oh, bro, just chase it, bro. Just go. Like, I can't pay you that. Yeah. You just go and do it. Wow. So that's what I was making. I was turning over 2.5K to 4K a week. That was just planting trees, bro. So when I went back to the Tron, I ended up catching up with another fella, Andy. He's a good fella, bro. He's a wealthy man, cool as, bro. Owns his homes, owns multiple homes, and he ended up being my boss, bro. So I ended up working with him, which was cool, and that was another school, another person I got to learn off. I just ended up working total in flooring, bro. I ended up having 7 bosses anyway.
Fuck.
Skipping it, 7 bosses. So I learned off 7 different tradesmen, 7 different bosses. And all of those people, they all own their own home. They all own their businesses. You know, they all got their family. Everything's good.
Yeah,
you know, so I got to pick up all of that through all of the flooring trade. And then when I went back to planting one more season, come back, and I went and worked for Carpet Court at the time, and I was just on wages. And the deal was, when I jumped in with them, bro, which was crazy, as they said, as long as you get the job done, we give you a house, as long as you get the job done, whether it's 10 in the morning or 10 at night, you get paid the same, which is salary. Cool as. I used to turn up to work, bro, and I used to be home before 1 o'clock. You know what I mean? But bro, I just smashed the job out, bro. You know, no complaints, it was all good. Smashed the job.
Yo.
But the problem is that the manager lived across the road from me, and the partner used to stay home. So they used to always see my truck at home. And then I went from, hello, Meshach, whereabouts are you? Are you home now? I'm like, yeah, I'm home now. I've done the job, it's all completed, blah, blah. Sending videos, photos, you know, the customer's happy. Oh, well, you want to come down and start sweeping the floors till 4 o'clock. Oh. So then we ended up going through all of that, bro. And at the time, we were renting the house in Flagstaff and Cumberland Drive. And we were paying, so I was on wages, I ended up getting about $630 a week, $700 a week. That was after the taxes and that. And our rent was $450. So then I ended up getting back with my old boss, and I was traveling back and forth to Rotorua. Yeah. So that was crazy, bro. It was like $200 a week. I was making no money pretty much, bro. But I was just doing something to fulfill my gap. Yeah, and then I got into training, boxing, and everything else, bro. Just crazy with how all of that worked.
But then you sort of reflect on those days now.
Yeah, I look at those days. Bro. I look at those days right now, and it's like, when I ended up getting redundant from my job, I just, I was finishing too early. They didn't like it. They didn't want to pay me after because I was finishing early. I ended up, my missus was pregnant with my first baby. So she was pregnant, and then Asians just brought our house that we're renting, bro. So we had like a month to like get out of our house, a month to find a new job. Wow. So I was jobless at the time. Planting season had already been. So I was sitting there with nothing to make. Yeah. Then I started getting into the jewelry side. I was getting into all the jewelry and buying sovereigns and, all of that type of things, bro, selling and, just trying to make an honest dollar. Then I ended up with heaps of sovereigns and watches and chains and that. And then as I got redundant for the business, I hustled a little bit in jewelry and then got into, I rang my old man up at the time and I told him, I was like, I got no job now, blah, blah, blah. I might think about going out on my own, starting my own business. And I was like, well, why don't you do it? He goes, which anyone can take on board here is, he goes, at the end of the day, if you can go to work and do the mahi, have a good job, complete it, no comebacks. If you can do that without your boss being there, you are the boss. Wow. And that's big on me, brother. And I see a lot of people, they go to their own job sites when you don't need your boss around you, or you don't need a manager or someone above you watching you, you are the boss. You are the business. And I looked at that. That's what I used to do. They gave me a work van and they gave me the tools, everything. And they used to send me to the job. I used to do it. And then I was thinking, well, I'm doing it by myself anyway. The only thing is that I've got the shop on the side of me or above me just paying me. Yeah. And the profits that they were taking was crazy, bro. You know what I mean? They were taking crazy profits, bro. Paying me a couple $100. I was making them over $1,000 a day, $1,000 a day, flooring. And then I just said, I spoke to my old man and he told me, just do it. He goes, jump on there. And then I rang up a few of my old bosses and hey, bro, I want to go out on my own. I've always told you, so I want to be like you. I want to be better than you. And which they all know. I used to tell them all the time, fuck, I want this, I want to be better than you. I want my own house. I used to tell them, like, these are my idols, I want what you got, but I want to do it, bigger. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm younger because I'm younger. They started at an older age. See, I'm younger, bro. So
give me the blueprint now, so when I'm your age.
Yeah, bro. And then I jumped into it and then got in there, insurance, public liability, GST registered, got my accountant, all properly, bro. All through the books, signed up, invoice book, all of that shit. Then what I did was I went around to all the shops I did work for, but as a worker, and then told them that I've got my own business. I'm now doing contract. I'm able to do contract work, and because they had already knew my type of mahi I did, and they knew I could smash jobs out, bro. It wasn't the easiest at the start. Like I said, when you start your business, bro, it's not like you're going to get 7 days booked out. But so like I started off with one job a week, bro. Did my one job, and because it was my first time being there with me having to do the overheads, everything. So I was like, and so I was doing work for Pragma, Golden Homes, Amphit Homes, GJ Construction, Urban Homes, Classic Builders, every single building company in Hamilton I was doing work for, bro. And it's like Genian Homes, bro. I was doing all their show, everything, bro. At such a young age, bro. It's crazy. But it all started from just doing the one job, building that trust and relationship, and which I reckon that'll help anyone in business. Wherever you want to go in life is build that trust, that relationship. Start slow and let it grow. You know what I mean? And watch it grow. You know what I mean? It's like, don't just try and be in there. I'm the man, I can do this. Book me 5 days a week. Because when you're just starting off, you've got to build that trust and that earn. And then one thing with business is that, you know, I'm trusted. And anyone can build a business. Anyone can build the flashiest room, the flashiest business, have the flashiest tools. But the support you'll only get is the people that know you as a person. You know, you can have the richest business, bro, but I could get more support coming to me because of I'm trusted. I'm honest. You know, and people see the value in me rather than what you might have a flash of this and you look like you're more depart, which I see it a lot, bro. People driving around on all these flash vehicles, AMGs, tucked up to their brains, bro. You know what I mean? You know, and it's like they got all of that, bro, and half of them don't even own a home. You know, I look at when I first got into my first home, 22 years old, I bought my first home, bro. That was in Hamilton. Paid $657K for it. That's young, bro. You know what I mean? And it's crazy because I see people go on the news for that shit. I haven't been on there. Not that I don't really care about that, but it's like I bought that, but that was one deep, bro. Like, you know, just me. You know, my partner was there too, but it's like no handouts, no drugs sold. Nothing stolen, you know what I mean? It was all pure hard work, bro. And that's the difference is that I worked for it. And I got to value every single aspect that I had of that.
Brother, what I'm getting as well from that whole corridor, what we mentioned about how you've lived, a lot of the life that you've lived has been done at a young age. But what I'm hearing, bro, as well from that story is because of that, I feel like you've always been, correct me if I'm wrong, you've always been like a step or steps ahead of other people, maybe a similar age or even older, because you've done it or you've learned it at an earlier age. You know, you've been willing to learn from, you know, all these 7, 8 bosses that you've had, but I want to be there when I'm your age. If not, I want to be more. So it means you're always like a step ahead or steps ahead. Would you agree?
Yeah, definitely. I agree on that. And it's like, not agreeing to be like, I'm the man, but you know what I mean? Just being real, like, I agree. I'm well ahead of the game, I would say. Like, I'm well ahead of people. Like, where I'm at now, like, the things that I help people that are 30, 50 years old.
Bro.
You know what I mean? And it's like I said, when I bought my first home at 22 years old, no one's heard of a Mary buying that. You know what I mean? Like, let's be honest. A Mary that's bought it with righteous earnings. You know, I'm not judging anyone else on how they earn their thing or make their money, but like with someone that's brought a home 22 years old and it's all 100% pure hard mahi, you know, all through the banks. And it's like even starting the business, same thing. You don't hear of that really ever. You know, you always see other people do it, but it's like they've had handouts or, you know what I mean? And it's different, cuz, and it's crazy to see that another Māori doing it, and that should be inspiration and motivating for any Māori out there, you know.
Absolutely, brother.
Or our Islander brothers out there, you know, anyone that's like our skin, you know, our 100%, colours.
100%, brother. I actually want to go there, actually. Let's go there. Speaking of our people, I feel like our people lack, bro, we've mentioned knowledge, we've mentioned a little bit about money. It's education, right? It's if you're talking about the money side, it's financial literacy, financial education, which I believe, correct me if you think I'm wrong, that our people lack a little bit in today's society. So I want to know what you know now, what you know about money, about the financial literacy things. You're mentioning taxes and this and that before, that most of our people don't know, you know, how to make more money or how to achieve and attain financial freedom. What would be, I guess, your advice or things that you'd love to share to our people?
One thing I learned is crazy because I did all of that stuff, what I spoke about just before, all the mahi and that. But I got into crypto. So I started getting into crypto, but I did this course, bro, no lies. And not that I'm saying the course taught me everything, but you know, when you're around your bros and they tell you good things, but you never listen, you know what I mean? Or else, you know, your old lady or old man's telling you this and they know better anyway, they know better, but then you'll go and listen to your bro from off that, you know what I mean? And it's like, I look at it now like, you know, like things that people tell you or try and share knowledge with you, listen to those people that have actually done it and that are doing it, bro. See, with me being a young age, or not just me, but everyone out there, they always listen to the people that's never done it. Yeah. But it's always because they're trying to please those people. Because, you know, we don't have to please our parents and that, you know, because we've already got the, you know, the authentic love there. But it's like when you've got bros around, bro, it's like you're always having to please them. So it's like, oh, let's just do what he says because he's done it. But then really, why wouldn't you listen to someone that's actually done it? And how you said about the making money and all that and moving on was, when I got into crypto, the first course I jumped on, bro, I'm not in it anymore because it's a gamble. That's the honest truth, bro. It's a gamble. Yeah, it's good, but it's just a gamble. Yeah. I'm doing too much. I'm too busy, bro. So I just can't be around with online and passwords and shit. Is learn risk money management before making money, bro. That's the biggest thing. And one thing I can say to anyone out there that's wanting to make money is, before you make money, learn how to utilize the money. You know, because anyone can make money in this world, but if you don't know what to do with their money, it's deadless money. You know, there's so many bros out there, so many cousins out there that I know that they can make 50K here, 100K there, bro, and it's gone the next day. As fast as it's come, it's gone. It's because they've only learned how to make money, but not utilize the tool of what money can make you, as in business, family, or housing, or building an empire, bro. So it's like, that's all I can say is before making money, learn money risk management. Yeah, and one thing as well in business is finding the right entry point, bro. Ooh. That's one thing that's big with me. And I found that because I've invested in so many things before and it's been the correct things, but at the wrong time. And you can invest in anything that's correct, but if it's at the wrong time, bro, it costs you an arm and leg. And it costs you everything. And then when you go through that stage, it makes you not want to invest anymore. Because when you've worked hard for your last earnings or savings and you've invested in something and you see it just wash away, bro, it's like, I can't afford that to happen again. You know, so it's like, best thing I can say for that advice is find a good entry point. At the end of the day, for an example, like, what can I say? You ain't going to open a business and you've got, you know, 10 other businesses down the same street. You got to look at your entry point. Like, what are you going into? You've got to utilize your city where you're around, your suburb. It's like anything. Just say a bakery. You know, you ain't going to open a bakery when there's 5 bakeries within 5 km. Competitive. You know what I mean? The competitive's so real, bro. And one thing I can say for a lot of people out there that are wanting to go into business is try and invest or start a business where there's no competition. That way there you set your own price, your own rate. Yeah. So when there's too much competition, bro, everyone's fighting over it. And it's crazy to see that. And then what happens is when you've got so many people in the same business, everyone's trying to do the cheapest and they undercut before you know it, bro, they're breaking even, bro. Yeah. You know, and then it's worthless being in that business. This is because of the competition and finding an entry point. And it's not only about finding the entry point, is finding the entry point to invest into a business, and then finding your exit point is another thing. And it's the same thing with crypto. It's the same problem. Everyone, you enter in crypto at such a low point. You got to find the exit point. If you don't, bro, it drops down and you're in the long haul for the next 5 years. Wow. You know buy and sell. And that's the same as a business, bro. Same within the streets. The streets the same method, bro. Yeah. You know, like gangsters in the streets, they don't realize that the way they work in the streets, bro, is how we work on top of it. You know what I mean? And the legitimate side of the world. That's the same method, bro. And it's like when you got a product, same method, bro. So, and I always explain it to some of the bros too that are out there. Like people's like in the streets, like, bro, I don't know how to run a business. I don't know how to do this. And I was like, well, you know what you're doing now, whatever you're making money, I don't know exactly what you're doing, but you know, I know a fair idea that you're running a business. But they don't view it as a business because they've always been classed as a criminal, as a gang member. Yeah. And it's like, they're not just that, bro. They actually got knowledge, bro. Absolutely. But all they need is the right direction and to be around the correct people to turn that street knowledge into legitimate knowledge.
Yeah, brother.
And then change the tables, bro.
Yeah,
and that's all they need.
Well, some of them are so successful in legitimate businesses as well, you know.
And then that's another thing, is heaps of them are so successful in legitimate businesses. You know, but they heaps of them learned that from, like I said, jail, reading books, being around people that have done it. Education, bro. And it's like, you don't learn this shit in school. Hey, that's one thing, bro. You don't learn this shit in school. And with me, I've learned all of this out of school. Yeah. And I love listening to everyone's stories, bro. Whether you're rich, poor, broke, paid, Indian, Asian, Maori, Pākehā, I don't give a fat, skinny. It doesn't matter, bro. I like listening to anyone, because anyone and everyone, you know, God's gifted them something, you know, that we ain't gifted. Yeah, brother. And if you're able to pick out that gift in them, brother, and put it into your own mindset or your own knowledge, bro, that's like another level, bro. You can then predict pretty much where you want to go in the future. Yeah. And like I say, is like what we do today, the actions we do today is the future. You know, so what we do within the next year, the end of this year, what you've done this year, for the start of the year, what you've done this year is going to predict next year. So if you haven't done anything successful or done anything good, just know that you ain't going to go into the new year good. Yeah. If you've done everything bad and you're, you know, doing dumb shit, brother, like, you know, just shit you shouldn't be doing, that next year is fulfilled with the same. You know what I mean? Yeah. But if you're doing good, you know, that's a stepping stone, a ladder that you keep climbing, bro. Wow. Yeah, and it just gets bigger and bigger, and it just opens opportunities, bro. Oh my God. I love that, brother. Speaking of the future, speaking of growth, actually, and you don't have to say your exact steps, talking about all your different businesses that you do have, what is sort of like on your mind about how to grow each of those and how to get them all to the next level? One of the things that I can say to grow a business is, big thing is social media, bro. No, like social media is the ticket to growing a business. But not only that, it can be what would you call it? I just forgot about it. Well, cuz do you want me to state what I think of witnessing you and your trajectory recently as well? What I think that you've been hitting hard and what's been working for you is the power of networking. And, you know, I'm just seeing this through social media, what you're talking about, but, you know, you're networking with the ink fella, you know, those things are popping up. Now you're networking with one of those fight nights that are happening, all the artists that you've been hanging out with. You went to Australia or some of them, that is it, HP boys. Yeah. Like, your networking at the moment is blowing up, and it's definitely something that me and my brother, well, here with the Martin Show, something in 2025 when this episode's released, bro, that is literally us next year, is everything and anything networking. You know, obviously alignment, and, you know, you got to think about all that sort of stuff, but that's definitely one of the things that I'm wanting to improve on, and that I've seen you have much success recently as well. Yeah, definitely, bro. Your network is your net worth. And I'll always be there. And I've always looked at it, and a lot of people ask me, like I said, like, you know, I get judged a lot with the tattoos being Māori, and being around certain members of different clubs. But, like, you know, growing up with them in the streets, going to gyms, they're everywhere, bro. Yeah. You know what I mean? We can't erase a gang member. We can't. And with me, I never look at them. I don't look at them as a patch member, bro. Yeah. If I see someone with a bro with a fist or a bulldog on their cheek or a patch, you know, I look at them as a person, bro. You know, at the end of the day, they make the patch or they make the bulldog. They make what they are, but at the end of the day, they are who they are, bro. Just accept them for who they are. Yeah, cuz. That's it. And it's like, I get asked a lot, like, bro, how are you able to be around certain people and not have any enemies or any hatred like that, you know, like people wanting to get you or do these bad things to you. And it's because I keep it real, you know. That's one thing, I keep it real, and I come as who I am. Like, I am who I am, and I tell them, like, if you don't like me here, bro, just tell me off. At the end of the day, I look at it as like, me being in those certain doors or networking with certain people like that, it's another tool for me to grow bigger, and it's good. As you know, I respect it, I love it. But it's like, what I'm doing now, I'm doing it by myself. I don't need any extras. Like, being personally, I don't need it. But I know if I can get it, utilize it to even grow bigger, because we're going to grow bigger. We're getting bigger, bro. And then when I, like I said, when I went over to Sydney, bro, it's just been crazy the last couple of months. Bro. My media's blowing up, and it's like, it's just crazy. And like, people see who you're around, and then they see the love you get, bro. And it's like, one thing with me, and I always say is, you can't beat genuine love, authentic love. And I always say to a lot of people out there, ask yourself what love you get. If you're getting fed love or scared love from someone because they're scared of you, that's not genuine love, my brother. You know what I mean? It's different when it's real, like, heart to heart, like, love you, my brother. You know what I mean? That's different, bro.
Yo.
But I see a lot of people out there get this love in the streets, bro, and it's not even real love. That's crazy. But then they think that they're so high, like, so certain people class themselves better than other people because of their position they are in certain areas. Bro, we're all the same. You know what I mean? We're all the same, brother.
Wow.
And it's like, just because you might have that, or you're rich, or you got this on your back, doesn't mean you're better than anyone else. One thing that I do like to say is, if you're a better person would be helping the people that are in need. And that's one thing with me, is I like to try and help as many people as I can.
Yeah, brother.
You would have seen like a couple of months ago that car got broken into, I just tried reaching out to those young youth.
Yeah, brother.
Just wanting, come over for training, come over train for fill that gap. You fellas are bored.
Yeah.
The government ain't doing much about it, so I'm all about just, and that's networking too, to the young fellas, bro.
Yeah,
and
bro.
it's like, I help these young fellas. Anything happens, bro, I can always just be like, hey guys, what happened here?
Yeah.
And then boom, boom, they're gonna tell me, and it's like, I always tell the bros, and just myself, even myself, I always tell myself, I'll rather be a civilian, be myself and who I am, and be able to network with every single person, every single color, race, doesn't matter what they do in life, entrepreneurs, businesses, gangsters, whatever it is. I'll rather be me and be able to sit in all their circles knowing that I'm me, rather than me trying to be someone I'm not.
Wow.
And being that, bro, authentic, organic, as they'll accept you for who you are, bro. And they'll never judge you, because they know that when you come to the table, I am who I am at the table, and at the next table, I'm the same person, brother. I don't change for no one.
Yeah.
And that's where my biggest network is that people show me the love and respect because of that. And yeah, it's just another tool, bro. Just be you.
That's literally probably the theme of this quarter. Actually, it's what I brought up at the start, and you just nailed it on the head there. Speaking of being you and, your socials and stuff, you've actually always been like this as well. You speak your mind, whatever's on your mind, whether it be the government, whether it be, you name it. Maybe the recent stuff with the government, tiriti o waitangi and this and that. But some people may view it as controversial, and everyone loves a little bit of controversy and this and that. We went through COVID, into a recession, the cost of living crisis that we're currently in, the government issues, which we're still currently in. I do want to ask you, what your honest thoughts are and what your genuine take is on, what does the future look like for us as a nation, us as a species even?
Yeah. Divided, brother. That's the honest truth. Divided. And it all started from that. And like you said, I posted about the government. My media is being shut down for that. Especially when it comes to the vaccine and all that. I don't judge anyone, but my own one thing when I started coming with the first vaccine, the lockdown, all of this, is that I didn't agree with any of that, bro. And it's different if they gave you the option to be, if you want to take it, you can take it. If not. But what they did was they secluded certain people. And then it's you now look at it now, it's blowing over. No one even cares about it, bro. When it first happened, I was like, I'm not getting that shit. Which I didn't. I was like, I'm not getting that shit. And it's heaps of my family went and got it. Certain family, I wasn't allowed around certain people. It just kind of divided, I say. But I didn't judge them for getting it. I was like, oh, good on you. If you want it, that's what you want. I got my opinion, you got yours. But don't force me upon getting something I'm not happy with.
Yeah.
And that was just the first step of what the world's gonna come to, bro.
Wow.
They were able to see how many people bowed down to that vaccine. And that's just the truth. How many people become, I would say, being black and white, a sheep to something they never ever knew about it? A vaccine takes years to produce. How did they just come out with this thing? And then not only that, I've got proper documents, everything. The people that did get their, vaccine, bro, they ended up sicker than anyone else. Not only that, they had side effects. I had bros, family members that had heart attacks, bro, dead. They're gone now. You can't bring that back. And then you look at it how I just didn't agree how they shut they shut the whole business industry down, bro. It was just bullshit, But like I say, I know heaps of things about that thing, I grew up in the church, the Bible, and it's Freemasons run that shit, brother.
Yeah.
That's the honest truth. If you haven't did your research on the Freemasons, bro, Jacinda and all that, they're all in it. Wow. That's it. And it's all, it's all just pretty much the devil, bro. Just what they want. That's exactly what it is. And it's like Bill Gates, all of those people, bro. They're all all of the wealthy people in the world, they're all run by Freemasons, brother.
Yeah.
They're behind it. They're the most evilest people you can come across. And seeing what they did to a lot of our people, the wretched thing is that they knew what to do, bro. And coming from a business mindset is how they predicted it and how they staged it was very smart. You know what I mean? And one thing they did, which was a good target, bro, is they targeted the Māori and Islanders. And we're the ones with the less of everything. They targeted people that were in need of the money. So they're giving out vouchers, bro. They didn't target the Pākehā or the Asians or the Indians. You know what I mean? They targeted us
KFC,
the most.
free
They
KFC.
went to our marais and paid and brought the marais pretty much, brother. You know what I mean? And then you got all our kaumātuas out there trying to, come on, ifs, come on, muckles, come down, get your vaccine for a free sausage. And what the f*** up with that, bro?
Wow.
I don't get down with that, bro. And it's like, whether you're family or not, don't force that upon kids that don't even know what the f*** that is. That's just the honest truth of that. And it's like, they bring that out, bro, and no lies, they ruled, when that vaccine came out, bro, it ruled whole of the worldwide just about.
Yeah.
But there was some very, like I said, the 1%, they were stood up for it, brother, you know what I mean? And I was down at the protest. I went down there all day. That was my protest. I was just standing up with what was right for me. But what they did there was just the start of the new era of what they wanted to do. And if you look at the revolutions of a lot of things that are happening in this world,
New World Orders,
bro, and it's coming.
Yeah.
It's coming. They're talking about 15-minute cities, bro. That could be in 10 years' time, where they've got a roadblock on each side of your city. Everything's in your city, so you don't need to leave. Why are you leaving?
Wow.
You know what I mean? And it's like, it's coming down to that, bro. Can't wear your gang colours, can't wear anything affiliated with it. The government laws that are coming through, bro, is crazy. But going back to the vaccine topic, the COVID topic, is that these barbers and businesses they started running through that pandemic. They got billed, bro. They got issued warrants to shut down. And now if you ever look online, bro, and it's gone right through the media, everyone that had paid the government's got over $1 billion to pay back. And my bro was running a barbershop over Rotorua and he was getting fined, bro. I went up to $100K, didn't pay one fine, and now it's all dismissed. Hey, what happened if it was so real, bro? What happened to, you know what I mean? And it just goes to show you that don't listen to the media, bro. Don't listen to the news because a lot of it's fake, brother.
Yeah.
The radio station, all of that stuff, bro. I don't even listen. I don't even watch TV, to be honest. I haven't watched TV since I left home properly.
Yeah.
2014, 15.
Very similar.
We never, ever watched TV. Even in my old house, we never watched TV, bro. It's we would watch a movie and that, but we never watched the TV. We didn't watch the news.
Yeah.
We knew what was going down.
Yeah, brother.
And it's like looking at the future from now, like with how the gang laws that come through, it's just getting strict. Once they take the mana from that, bro, they can, because the gangs are the most powerfulest in New Zealand, eh? They're power, bro, to the people, because they're so big, bro. If you put all of them together, bro, that's half of New Zealand.
Yeah.
You know? As soon as they take that mana, bro, they can then, their heads then grow to be, we can do anything. If they can do that, hey, so it's like, if anything, bro, like, all I can say is, if you're in that scene, in that gang scene, is get together, all your families, wear all your colours, t-shirts, get heaps of shit printed, women, kids, anything. If that's your, if that's, it's like Māori, you know what I mean? Like, if that's your culture, you're brought up in that, it's going back in years ago.
Yeah, history.
History. If that's your culture, print out all your patches, whatever. Get your whole family wearing it.
Yeah.
Every single colour in New Zealand, no matter what gang you're from, and then do a chat to the government. down Parliament. Go down Parliament. Down the Beehive, bro. If they walked out there and they seen every single club not fighting, they're going to be like, wow. Because their goal was to make all the clubs fight. So then they can so that they can bring out these laws. You know, if they see, you know, they like to stir the pot, bro. And it's like, I seen this thing and it was like, there was this jar, bro. I don't know if you've seen the video of it. It's on Instagram. You put like 10 red ants in there and 10 normal ants and you leave them in there. No one does anything. It's all good. They're all friendly. They just walk around doing anything. As soon as you shake the jar, they're fighting. And it's like the government's shaking New Zealand. Wow. And as you look at the same thing, bro. We're all friends, family. We all get along. But as soon as someone shakes that jar, you think that they want to fight you.
Enemy.
Because they've landed on you or they've touched you.
Yeah.
Bro, and then, you know, it's like fighting in person. These ants are fighting, bro, in this jar. And all it took was one person to shake it.
Yeah.
You know? And it's like, if the government can shake New Zealand like that and have us gang members or, well, not us, I'm not even a gang member, but, you know, have like gang members or different races fighting, the Pākehā, the Māori, the Asians. If they can shake the world, like shake New Zealand to fight, then they can put a case on what people are doing to prevent the rules coming in. And then they can be like, oh, we're going to ban this, we're going to do this. Soon it will be like, you're not allowed a knife or a machete. You know, they've already bring out the gun laws, bro. Yeah. When they mosque, that was all a setup, you know. That was all a setup to the days. That was just a setup to just get rid of all the gun laws because there's so many guns. You know, how does that come out like that, bro? You know, that was all a setup. I watched that fella doing that, bro. He was live videoing himself. Yeah, bro. I watched the live video.
Crazy.
You know, and what did they do? Oh, come here, lock you up. Why didn't they shoot him? If that was a Maori or Islander, bro, I would have got shot from the helicopter. Yeah, bro. Off the bat. You know what I mean? And then he's inside, you know, like having KFC, shit like that. Wow. And it goes to show you like what was really behind it, bro. And that fella there, he was, you know, if you do a research on a lot of that stuff, bro.
What about recently with Tiriti or Waitangi? You think that's all?
With that, I reckon.
The idea of the word that you used before was divide.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the Treaty of Waitangi with those rules in regards to divide and what they're trying to do with that? Same
predicament of the gangs. Same. If you look at the gangs and the clubs and that with the colours, you take away those colours and there's mixed of Māori and Pākehā and Islanders in there. Same with the Māori. You look at that, there's a mix of all different colours. Same thing, but they're just not wearing patches. Yeah. They're wearing a tamoko, you know what I mean? They got, you know, that on them. And same thing, they're trying to get rid of that. And it's like, if they can pull that off, bro, it's over. Yeah. No lies, it's over. Yeah. All of New Zealand's over. If they can pull off the Treaty of Waitangi, pull off these gang laws, we got no control in this world. Wow. It's already too far now. But if they can pull that off, they can make us do anything.
Cuz I've got my hairs up and everything right now. That's crazy. How do we prepare for that?
I wouldn't even have a clue on how to want to prepare for that because it's like, it's so unpredictable. And it's like COVID, boom, lockdown, can't leave a house. They can do that at any time. And it's like, ever since those have come through, bro, like my whole mindset with this world, like I look at it now, like I used to be like yourself, be organized, have a plan, have things scheduled out during your events, you know, a calendar. Yeah. But like I look at it like, I had big plans, bro. Before this COVID come, bro, I had big plans and it f***ed it. Yeah. The COVID thing f***ed it and not just for me, for millions of people, bro. Oh my God. And it's like we're in the biggest recession right now and it's only going to get worse, bro. I'm telling you now. I posted 2-3 years ago that businesses are going to start shutting down. 50% out of 60, or 40%, 50% of New Zealand businesses are all shut down. And it's happening now. And a big reason for that is how the government is. And with my own experiences that like small businesses, they're all going out. And that's the reason why is because of these big businesses, bro, they're taking over. So it's like, and I spoke to you before, when you start growing, you get to pick and choose. Yeah. Same thing in business, brother. When you're a big franchise, so example, if you own a big carpet shop, say Carpet Court for an example, they own a big franchise and you had a room that was 1 meter by 2 meters, you rang them up, oh, hey, are you able to do this flooring? They'll be like, oh, hey, I'll give you to one of our contractors. They don't want nothing to do with it. you know, and then that's what gave us our business, because all the big businesses were turning around to small shitty jobs.
Yeah.
And that's what was able to make us a small business. That's where we come in. But now there's no room to come in, because these big businesses up here are now seeing the struggle with the little ones. So they're taking every single phone call on board. And it's like the smallest shit, they wouldn't even answer the call for it. Now they're just taking it all. Bro, can you come and concrete my step? How big's your step? 1 meter by 4 meters. Yeah, I'm coming to do it. Big franchise. Normally you'll just jump on Facebook Marketplace, trade me, look for a sole tradie
One
or
of the
business
local
owner.
bros. Yeah.
But now, and then not only that is a reason why a lot of people are going to big businesses now, and I can see it, it's the future right now, is that all these small businesses took off and they're all going receivership, bro. They're all going bankrupt. And one thing which has been in business for me myself is it's all good supporting small businesses. I'm all for it. But if I'm going to be supporting someone that ain't well established or has got just something is a little bit fishy with what they're doing with business, I won't go there, brother.
Yeah.
That's my bottom line. And that's what I mean. Like, you can have the flashiest business, the biggest growing business, but people will come to your business for who the owner is.
Trust. About before,
not because of the name of the business. And I learned that from anything. You open up a barbershop, you start a barbershop, you move to the next barbershop, there's no business there because people want to go to the barber.
Yeah.
You are the asset, brother. And that's like anything. People will come here because of who you are. If you put someone else in the seat, who's going to want to come here? Hey, you're the asset.
Yeah, brother.
You know?
Ooh.
Even if this wasn't even your say for the Martin show, if you didn't have this, brother, and just say it was some other show and you're here and then you went and opened up your own Martin show, the people that, through your media, the people that love and respect you as a person, the trust in you, they'll then move.
Follow over through.
And that's what I mean with anyone can be a business owner, brother. The only thing you have to do is work to be an asset, not a liability.
Ooh.
And if you work to be an asset, not a liability, a lot of things can change in your life. Anything's possible. There's no such thing as an age. Age is just a number, my bro. And people said that to me, oh, bro, you got to have this. My first ever brand new vehicle I brought when I was doing the planting season was a Toyota Hilux 2018, the first one that landed in New Zealand, a red one. I brought that with 0 Ks, bro. Out scratch. I brought that legitimate money bank transfer. I was 17 years old. And my insurance was crazy because I wasn't over 18, bro. The insurance. But like, I don't, like someone buying a brand new vehicle at that age, $55,000 it costed me. But because I was so young, if I had the mindset that I had now, bro, that would have been a house.
Yeah.
But then, like they say, you gotta start small to grow. Step. And step. And it's like, when I first brought my Hilux, bro, I thought I was a man. I thought I was the man.
Yo.
I'm driving around town and I didn't even need to go to town. You know what I mean, cuz? I would just go for a drive because I wanted to go for a drive. And it's like, but I'm glad I lived there at a young age.
Yeah,
I was 17. I was just like still in high school. Most people wouldn't even have a car in high school, brother, at their age. So I'm glad I got to go through those stepping stones at such a young age, because now, at my age now, people are doing it. What I was doing 5 years ago, people are doing it today at 26 years old, not that 30 years old. So when I went through buying my first Hilux, bro, brought that, thought I was the man, not knowing that as soon as I drive it out the shop, it's devalued $15,000. And it's like, I just wanted it. I worked hard. That's all I wanted now on Hilux. I just love Toyotas, bro. All my vehicles are Toyotas. I don't have Mercs. I could get Mercs, V-Rods. I could get all of that flash stuff. But for me, it's just like reliability. I'm all about reliability, bro. And it's like, and I learned that off like my old man and old farmers, bro, because we do a lot of work on the farms. Every single farmer has a good Toyota Hilux, bro. 19-something, bro, and not one problem with it. You know what I mean? Wow. And they just keep going, bro. Million Ks. You know what I mean? And it's like, they don't stop, bro. You look at the courier drivers, they're all taxi drivers, they're all Toyota. Yeah. Because Toyota just lasts forever, bro. And I'm all about that. I'm all about longevity.
Yeah,
longevity, bro.
Infinite games, baby.
And I got my truck and then, renting at the time, bro. And this is for anyone that's wanting to look at when they're buying a nice vehicle or something for themselves to now be able to utilize the mindset that I done. So when I bought my Hilux, that was cool, devalued 15K. Then we were renting a house, and then I bought a house. And when I got into the house, I needed renovations, bro. And it's like, so I sold my Hilux super cheap, bro. I lost out on 20K. And that was only in 2 years' time. And the truck had only did its first service. Brand new Hilux. Lost out on 20K. But I looked at it, and what everyone else can look at it, is when you get something that you love and you work hard for, sometimes you got to take a loss to get a gain. And my gain was that, and rather than just give me joy with the Hilux, I could only drive it, it was manual. My kids, my partner couldn't do it. I thought if I sell it, I go get a jet ski, all these bikes, and learn how to do oil changes. Just learn how to do like these basic things, bro. Like my old man was brought us up, you know? So I went and bought all these cool things, bro. And it's like what I brought cheap, knowing that whatever I buy, I either sell it back. I either sell it for what I paid for it or a little bit more. So it's always an asset to me, no matter what I do. I can fresh a bike for a year, sell it for the next year for the same price I paid for it. It's just all about the entry point on when to invest into it. You want to invest into things when people are hard off for cash, bro. They just do it peanuts. And that's where most businesses are successful, because they're always online on the media looking for something to pop up. You know what I mean? They might see a car pop up that's worth 100K for 70K. They need a quick sale. Someone that's got the money can buy it 70K, post it up for 100K, sit on it for a month, done, 30K profit.
Wow.
You know, and then you can buy any product with that, bro, whether it's designer, anything. It doesn't matter what you do.
Yeah.
And so when I bought my house and I sold my Hilux, bro, and this when I got down to my little I call it the Impala, the pink Impala, the Toyota Starlet.
Wow.
And I said no lies, bro, and I was like, in life, I feel that there's a 4-year cycle, bro. And it's like, I've watched videos of it too. And it's like, I can predict it. It's like 4-year cycles. It's like, for an example, like 2018, you know, you work your ass off and all that. In 2019, you see who's around you. You're starting to grow. You see who's around you. See who's real. You know, and then on your third year, you open something big where all your friends were there. And the first year, they weren't there. The second year, they were there because they started seeing you grow. The third year, you've opened up either a business or bought a home or did something cool. You know, then everyone's around you. But then it's the fourth year, because when you invest in something, your next year is always going to be like a reset.
Wow.
So you're back in the struggle again. I call it the struggle, bro. Not struggling, but, you know, it's like hard times.
Yeah, cuz.
And it's like, when I opened up my flooring business, I did that, and then that was in 2019, and then 2020, I was down, bro, you know, but before that, I was always around these people going to like little parties, you know, not that I drank much and didn't eat stuff much, and then like 2021, 2020, like I bought my house, bro. So I was 22 years old, because I bought in 1998, so I bought my house at end of 2019, our payment submitted. And then we moved in on that following after One Love on 2020. So then we got into that, and it's like, I see it's a 4-year cycle thing for like the growth. And going back to my truck, when I sold that, I took it as a loss, and I knew that whatever I sell, if it's going to be a loss, it better be a gain. And the gain that I got from that is I got my family to have joys, motorbikes, jet skis, all of that thing. I got to do that. Then I went and resold all of that, bro. Did that for like about a year, resold it all, and then put all of that money back into my house, getting a new kitchen, renovations on my first home, and knowing that when I sell the house, I'll make that money back. So it was a solid investment. So what I went and did was I did that. So that was in 2021. I did all my renovations. And then 2022, we're looking for another house already. You know, we're stacking up, but we're looking around for ideas, you know, and it's like, we wanted to get into a house, bro, but the COVID just got too far. So we had a house lined up back in Tumanui, the King Country, and we had everything lined up, bro. And then with the work and all that, it's slow. And because the banks do like when you go in for like a loan to a house, they do your last 3 to 6 months.
Yeah.
And because the work shut off for 3 to 6 months, and it's like, this is all I had to show.
Wasn't looking good.
Wasn't looking good, bro. You know, and because they go through the paperwork, which I'm all about that, you know. And it's so then that kind of set us back a bit. And then 2023, as I said, I sold my Hilux and all my flash stuff, because I went through the bike phase. I went through all of that, having nice things, and I got down to my Toyota Starlet. And I said to myself, I'll sit in this Toyota Starlet for the next 2 years and I'll just grow. Yeah. I'll stack. I'll just grow my accounts. I'll grow my cash. I'll just stack. And then when the time's right, I'll go back through and buy everything I sold that I loved. Because when I sell something I love, bro, I'm always going to get it back. I know.
Yeah.
But it's all about the entry point, you know, and
entry
then the exit
point. When to sell.
And so it was a good time, bro, because I brought the entry point. I brought my house before COVID. And it was the perfect entry point because the houses were low. And then bro, boom, it shot up a couple $100K.
Yeah.
Within like a couple of months, bro. Crazy. And then over 2021, the houses shot up even more. And in 2022, I slowly started dropping because the interest rate started coming up and all that. 2023, it started dropping even more. And then 2024, we're at 2024 now, and then it kind of got down to a peak. It hit its bottom peak at the moment. And because the market's unpredictable, bro, you don't know what's going to happen. But just what I've gone through just within the last couple of years. And in 2024, we outgrew our house, bro. You know, had my babies, another baby, outgrew it. And then me and my missus, and I always said, like, we had our businesses, our salons in town, and then I said, we need to buy a house. I said, we need to get another house. I said, we need a rental, we need another house. But the house that we get, our next step that we get for us to even grow any bigger is it's got to be a house big enough to bring a business home.
Wow.
And that's your business because she does hairdressing. She's been doing it for 17 years, bro. So I said, if anything, we can bring that business home. We get the right house. We pay whatever it is because we know it's going to pay off in the long run. So then what happened is we went on the market with one business, won't say the name, and they just us around with the house, bro. He sold us dreams on selling it. And then we went with this other one of Lugtons. Bro, within the first open home, we had 13 people through and we had a paper agreement signed on the first open home. So that house was for sale. Bro, we didn't have any house at all to go to. So we're like, so we're hunting around for houses, bro. And they were just too expensive in Hamilton, bro. Looking over $1 million, bro. Who's got $1 million? You know, so then my missus drove past this empty house, the house we're in now that we renovated. And then it wasn't even on the market, bro. It was just empty. And then she's like, oh, I like that house. And then she messaged me. I was in Rotorua dropping off jewelry in there, you know. I was doing my loops. And she's like, oh, I like this house. Seen the photo of it. And I was like, oh, yeah, I'll come and have a look. And I pulled up there, bro. Like, there's no owners. They didn't even know who owned it. Pulled up there, bro. No lies. And I went and videoed that whole house, took photos around it, looked at it, bang, 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 visualized it. Went home, drew out a plan, brother, on my piece of paper, where the fences would go, how I would do it, big slider gate, paint this, open a gym, turn that into a salon. We got 2 driveways, big fence around it, do the deck up, have a porch there. Bro, and I just pretty much wrote down everything, and then we got the keys to get inside to have a look, and we ended up getting in hold of the owners, bro. And then went inside, and then straight away was rip the flooring, do the painting, rip the doors, strip this. So just pretty much a full strip down, bro. And I went home, wrote it all out. And this was only just to look at the house. I went and got hold of all my tradie contacts, brother. And I went and asked all of them, sending them photos, how much to do this, brother, boom, boom. And I had already visualized, manifested it. I didn't even have the house, cuz. I didn't even have a payment done. I didn't even know what it was worth.
Yeah.
I just went there and it was just some feeling, brother. I had like, I don't know, God must have been there, bro. And
trust the gutter, yeah.
And it was like, I was sending like my concrete as a big pad and I was sending photos and my bro was like, yeah, bro, have you got the keys, blah, blah, the house? I'm like, bro, like, it's not even for sale, bro. And then he was like, why are you messaging me? And I go, because I'm going to get this house, bro. And then like that bro's like cracking up and he was like, well, just let me know when you get the house, bro. I'm like, bro, I just need a price, blah, blah. Did the measure, bro, I was out there with tape measure, measuring everything. Jumped online, any fences out there, messaged one of the bros up here. I'd never met him, but he followed me and he just loved my content, bro. And messaged the bro and they're like, sweet brother, what's the house address, blah, blah. And I go, oh, this is the house. And he's like, yeah, no, we'll go do this. And he go, when do you want to start it? And I go, oh, I'll start it if the house is for sale. You know what I mean, bro? And I was just, bro, let's crack up on that. So I just manifested this house and I just put a dream, painting it, just everything, bro. And then like 2 weeks later, we got our house ended up being signed off, sold. We had a date. So then we only had like a certain amount of time to get into the house. And then when we got hold of our real estate agents to ask about the house and get hold of the owner, you know, it was an Indian fellow, a wealthy fellow up here, owns heaps of houses, bro, rentals and that. And then we go, oh, yeah, we got some people that want to buy our house. They just drove past it, blah, blah. And he was over it, bro, because it was a beautiful home. It was like one of the best homes, the only 2-story home on the block. It was mean, bro, but the tenants that were in it ran it down and they needed a full strip renovation. Yeah. And so they reached out, our people reached out to them and then we put an offer and then we went kind of back and forth, what's it worth? And then we put an offer in, $1,035,000, bro. Yeah, we were $1,035,000 for it. And bro, they took the offer, bro. It was crazy. They took it, bro. And I knew like the house at the time, I knew the house wasn't as perfect, but like not everything you buy is glamorous.
Yeah.
And one thing with me and with anyone out there really, everyone likes to buy something and do it up. It's like a car. You do a car up and you got your own taste, bro. And I call it a rebuild. And when you rebuild it, bro, you built it from scratch. That's what I mean. It's like it's built, not brought. Yeah, you might have brought the asset, but when you strip it and rebuild it, it's built, bro. Yeah, the foundations were there, but it's built. So then we got the call, bro. Like, oh yeah, they've accepted the offer, bro. Over the moon, brother. That night, we got that phone call. I drove around there and just sat outside, brother, on the road. Wow. Just looking at the house going, do this, do that, bro. And I was just manifesting, visualizing. And then, bro, no lies. The shed was there, bro. I was even wiggling the handle, bro, and I even busted the door open, bro, just to see what I'm going to do in it, bro. You know, like just one more look. I knew I had it. And I was like, and then this kind of thing, bro, open the door. Like, yes, this is going to be my gym. Got a toilet, bro. And I just like, it was just crazy. When we got that call, I was just like, wow. Yeah. Like, we manifested this for so long. Straight up, brother. Like,
and that was this year, right?
This year, yeah. And, just after April, we bought it. Brother. And it's like, that was our second home, bro. And it's like, and that was their full year. That's what I said. Yeah. And then it's like, now, like, moving forward, like, we've done that. We've done our renovations. We've opened our business. We've opened our salon, everything. We sold the other one in town. Everything's at home now, which is mean, bro. Like, and it's like, you know, like the kids at home, the missus can just go next door work if she wants. She's right next door to have lunch, bro. Convenience, brother. And it's just like, because we're so busy, bro. And it's just like, bro, it's just like what we manifested and dreamed and visioned. It just come, bro. But it was funny because the house wasn't even for sale. Yeah. That's the crazy part, bro. It wasn't even for sale. Sometimes
it works like that, eh? The universe or whatever you want to believe in. Sometimes buzzy things happen like that and you're like, hey?
Buzzy is. And so we ended up getting that, bro. And we're just stoked.
Congratulations, cuzzy. Yeah. Wow.
That was my biggest, probably like one of my happiest times, bro.
Yeah, brother, that's
achievements
huge.
Too.
Yeah, like, I was just going to say success. That's a story. That's a story, bro.
And like being able to like redo the whole house, like of my own taste. You know what I mean, brother? And I was just like, because I had the context, because I'm a tradie myself.
I was just going to say, your hands on. You would have seen this. You would have seen that.
Bro, so I've worked for everything. I used to do all retirement villages, like Somerset, down the lane. Used to do Somerset Rototuna, like all the retirement villages, bro. Horsham, everything, bro. So then, bro, I just jumped on my phone, rang all my contacts, all the cuzzies. Cuzzy, you know, I know you work for your boss, but I want to pay you. I know what you can do. Come see me. Done. Done and dusted, you know, rather than going to the big business people getting charged the world. I just went out and reached out to all like the bros there. And at the time, work was slow during like this year. This year was slow, bro. So I just said, anyone needs to work, bro. And then my boy, everyone that come through, bro, like I give them a lot of love, bro. Like, especially the ones that have seen that house when I first got it to now, bro, it's crazy. And like the good compliments we get, bro, and comments in that from the neighborhood, bro, they walk past our house, they stop into the salon, bro, and they're like, oh, you've done such an amazing job. You've made our street value more. Like the love that you've put into this. Like,
community.
Bro, and it's like we're not only getting recognized through what we post on the media, not that the media is there for that, bro, but we get more love in person, brother.
Absolutely.
And it's like people don't see that because I ain't got a fucking video camera on me 24/7. Like, we get people stopping, Asians, Indians, all walks. Who did your fence? Who did that? Blah, blah, blah. Bro, and I'm straight away, I'm dropping, this is the Instagram. Boom. So, you know, I'm all about supporting small businesses. You know, bros, come down, whoever does work for me, bro, I chop their name right through the media. You know, if anyone does work for me and helps me out, you know, I still pay my way. You know, but it's like, I would love that for myself too. And I know what it's like being in business.
Oh, actually, that's an important point that you mentioned, because we talked before about how you're an advocate to, I guess, tautoko anyone who reaches out, particularly young males, particularly young Māori males in particular. But recently, you put a story up and you said, it stood out for me, bro. And you were sort of over giving and not getting anything in return, probably because you've given so much over your time. But what sort of changed that mindset provoked that mindset? I think it was like next year, 2025, when this episode released, if you're not bringing in anything to the table, then I don't want to borrow it. And I was like, I love that, bro. To be honest, my question is, what provoked that mindset shift?
Yeah, so for that mindset, the mindset shift was that I've always helped people, cuz. And like with me, I always share people's brands, their businesses, their hustles. And it's like, I do it out of love. I don't expect anything back. But the problem is the amount of people that message me is crazy, bro. The amount of businesses, and these businesses that message me on the media asking for handouts or asking for support or if you want to sponsor me, these businesses on social media, they post like they're already millionaires, brother. That's what f***s me off. Yo. And it's like, don't be posting like you're this and that and behind closed doors asking for handouts.
Yeah.
And it's like what you said about that post, the reason why I come to that is because I knew I was a good, valuable asset, but I'm starting to see how much value I have.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And it's like, everyone's got value, but it's not until you understand how much you actually got. And with me, like, I've been, like, the conversations and the people I get to talk to, bro, and these are people that inspire me, my idols. They even tell me, like, bro, you're the man, not just because they're trying to lick ass or anything, or because I'm licking their ass or trying to give them, you know, their love and respect. They're doing it because they see where I've grown from, brother. And to get to where I am now, they like, bro, no, you're the man, brother. Like, I had people message me like, bro, you've done your gardens, you've done your renos, like, you've done everything pretty much hands-on as much as you can yourself. Then you've gotten people into your paid people. They said, bro, being able to do that with your own hands, that's a win.
Yeah.
My bros that have got money, they're like, brother, we can't even do that. We pay people. You know, we don't even mow our own lawns. We pay people. Because I've been mowing lawns since I was young. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's those little things in life, bro. I'll hang the washing out. I do all the chores, and it's like, that keeps me grounded, brother. You know, like, yeah, people say it's a woman's job if you've got a partner doing all that, and it's like, but teamwork makes the dream work, brother. You know, if I'm able to do that, and if she's busy doing something else, it just puts less stress on each other.
Yeah. Bro, there's so many success stories in there. And I love that idea of them seeing how far you have come, which is why they see the value in you now even more.
Yeah.
You know, they probably always saw it, but seeing from when you started or to where you are now, I love that. I can resonate with that a lot, actually.
Yeah, and going back off how you said about what I did post about, if you got nothing to bring to the table, you know, don't even reach out to me. That's because like now 2025, it's gonna be big, bro. And like my time is valuable. I give so many people out there on the social media, and not everyone sees it, bro. On my messages, I don't text, bro. I'm voice recording like 20-minute voices.
Yeah, brother.
You know, I give knowledge about like being more. I'm not even a mortgage broker, but I'm giving more knowledge than mortgage brokers. Buying a home, businesses, mentors. I give more knowledge because it's pure and rare. You know, and I'm just sick of like giving out to people that don't, what would I say?
Value it?
They don't value it, bro. And they don't like, what's the word called when you help them out? They don't appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I mean? Like, the appreciation goes a long way. And it's like, I tell people certain things, like what I was telling you about before. And like, I've done this shit myself. I've started businesses. I've ran this. I had my own clothing brand. You know, I was doing clothing lines, brother, before I went out on myself, and I sold t-shirts to buy my work van. You know, I've done so many things that people don't even know because I only did it for 1 or 2 years, and I changed because I'm constantly growing.
Yeah.
If I'm changing from one hustle, the next hustle's got to be better than the previous hustle. Wow. So when you see a change, brother, it's because it's making more.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm trying to diversify being into that hustle more rather than being into all of them. Yeah. But one thing I like doing is having my eggs in all baskets, not just one. Because if anything happens, if that one egg cracks, bro, you know, you're done, you're hatched. You're over, bro. And it's like, I'd rather have multiple. And it's, like going over there, bro. It's just...
You know, it's crazy what you're talking about though, bro. I wanted to ask you, do you struggle with it sometimes when it could be even people that are close to you that don't value your time or what you're bringing to the table as much as they may have used to, or what you expect? Like, what's one thing that I'm struggling with, even people that are close to me, where I'm like, man, I'm giving you, like, I feel like I'm giving you a lot of my time, and I don't feel like it's even, and it's people that are close to me.
Yep.
You know, it's even like loved ones of mine, and I'm like, fuck.
I just accept people for who they are. Hey, like in that way, like rather than trying to help them all the time, because like we can only help someone so much. You know, we can't sit there and help the whole world. You know, I can tell you a million things, brother, and you can only take one thing from it, or if not nothing. And it's like, I know what you mean by the value, and it's just not there, bro. It's like when I come to the table, I'm all in, you know? And it's like people come to the table and it's like you're always the backbone for them, which is all right. Different if they're willing to learn to grow better.
Absolutely.
But when you're bringing a backbone and lifting them at the table, and then they're just behind closed doors when you finish that meeting or whatever you talked about, they're doing their bad habits again, bro, you've just wasted my time. I could have shared that with someone that actually wanted to grow. And like for that, yeah, that's one. Just I always say, bro, is, you know, never listen to someone trying to tell you how to lose weight when they're fat. You know what I mean? It's like never listen to someone trying to preach to you how to be in a relationship when their relationship's broken. Like, never listen to someone trying to teach you how to make money when they don't even got a job. Never listen to someone telling you how to buy a house or renovate your house when they don't even own a house. And it's like, for me, I've gone through all of that, and my experience and knowledge at such a young age, I just keep growing. But when I share these things to people and they don't take it on board, like think, you're just a young, you know, just like laugh at them. You're just a young, you think you're a man. Oh, bro, you just sell drugs. I get that all the time, bro. Oh, you just sell drugs. That's how you got so good. That's where you got far in life. Oh, your parents helped, your parents, off. I went through the struggles when I left home. And when I was at home, I had to work hard. When I left, bro, I had to even work harder. And it was like crazy, bro.
There's gems in there, cuz. What do you feel like you struggle with now?
As in what way? What do you mean?
Like, that was just an example of...
Like helping people and they're not being able to...
In general, but that could be anything. It could be, I don't know, the typical one at the moment is the opinions of other people...
Oh, yeah.
But like it can be
we can
life,
talk about
bro.
that.
It can be
so
life.
Like with me, like...
Life struggles, I guess.
Life struggles with me. It's only like with me, I actually don't really have a struggle. There's only a struggle if you make it a struggle from the actions you do today. That's all I can say. It's like, why are you struggling? You chose to struggle. The opportunities, the tools are in front of you. The world's there to give you whatever you want. You chose to struggle, not me. So for me, if I'm in a struggle, bro, that's on me. Like, bro, I'm hammering myself. Like, wake up. You know, come on, what the fuck's there? I'll be sitting in the garage thinking about what to do. I'll be sitting on my dick. Something to do. If it's to make money, whatever it is. And it's like, how you went about other people's opinions. I don't really struggle on there because I you know, like my mindset's pretty strong with things like that. Like I don't bow because I know what I'm doing is righteous. And I know where I'm going in the future and where I am now and where I was in the past is I've grown this far pretty much one deep. And it's like, and even though I've had all of those comments and opinions said to me, I've just still grown. And if I would have sat back and listened to other people's opinions, I wouldn't have been here today. So it's like, for me, is do you and who gives a what anyone else says.
Oh my God.
Don't worry about what anyone else thinks, because at the end of the day, when you go to sleep, it's only you in your bed. Hey, you know what I mean? There's no one else holding your hand. And that's why I say, like, never rely on other people too. Just, you got to be your backbone. And it's like, I went for a run when I first started getting back into running about 4 weeks ago, I went for a run and it was at nighttime. And as I was running by myself, you know what I mean? I'm running the streets, you know, anything could happen to me. But it's like, I look at it like, when you're in the dark, not even your own shadow has your back, brother.
Wow.
You know? It's like everyone says, you know, there's always a shadow, but when it's dark, bro, where's the shadow? You are the shadow. So it's like there's no one there, you know, to guide you through anything, bro. There is people that got the knowledge and can help speak and show you things, but it's all up to you. So yeah, for a struggle, brother, there's really no struggle for me. The only struggle for me is when I'm not working or don't got anything to do. That's probably my biggest struggle. If I'm at home, cuz, and like I got nothing to do,
I'm struggling. It's the ADHD coming through. Yeah,
I've
brother.
got to do something,
I'm
bro.
the same,
And if the
cuz.
kids are at home, bro, and I've got nothing to do, bro, I just get cheeky to them, you know? And, bro, you know what I mean? And it's
Just to
like,
make you feel like you're alive, eh? You got a bit of,
yeah, and it's like, they know straight away, they're like, oh, you're just being, you're just being like that because you're bored, eh? And I'm like, there's nothing to do. So I was like, I'm on my jet ski, going down on my jet ski, you know what I mean? Like, I've got to fulfill something, bro. But like, brother. Struggle, there's heaps of terms to being in struggle, bro. And most people today, their struggle is themselves, bro.
Yeah.
It's not the people around them, it's them.
Wow.
You know? I can be in a circle of everyone struggling and I can still be winning. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. People say you are who you hang with. But I hang with a lot of toxic people too. Yeah. But look where I am today. Yo. You know what I mean? And it's like, I don't hang with them every day, but it's like, you are who you hang with, bro. And one thing with me that I've learned in the past or in the years is that on my social media, I went from following the world, then it got shut down, opened a new page to following people, only just winners. And then it's like, I learned in life that when you surround yourself around just straight entrepreneurs and winners, you kind of get into like, I call it hypnotized, bro. You get hypnotized of just winning. And then when a loss comes, bro, you're because you're just so used to being in that category. Wow. So like for me, instead of just being around circles that win, I want to be around circles that lose as well. I want to be around all those circles because I still pick up knowledge and experience from them. And it's like when I go into their, like, you know, into their mindsets and that, and they tell me things, bro, I'm like, and this is why I hang with winners and I hang with non-winners, because I don't know what's right from wrong. When you're around certain people, you become who they are. Yeah. And like some of the winners that we can be around, bro, they're multi-millionaires and they don't care. Our loss is easy for them. Yeah. But like we could be up there winning, and then they come in a big loss and we're like, you know, where do we go? Yeah. But then if you got those people that have been failing or whatever and they're still around you, that uplifts you to be like, I look back at it and be like, they're worse than me. So why am I moaning? And it's like, it gives you, I just like to, it's like this, like you want to know what's right from wrong, but you don't know what's right from wrong when you're all around everything that's right.
Always right. Wow.
We're not always right. You know what I mean?
Brother,
that's why you got to be around right and wrong, because it teaches you what not to do and what to do. So like with me, when I like catch up with people or see people doing like things and they get caught or just doing silly things, bro, that you know can get you in trouble, I always reflect on them and be like, brother, that's why you're around me, because I can look at you and go, don't be like you, you know, and be like them. Yeah. And I get to pick, you know what I mean? And it's like, if I ever get in that situation of where they've been, I can then learn. I've learned off their knowledge. Like they've given me the experience, what they went through. So if I ever get put in those shitty spots or those dark places, I can be like, wow, that bro got through that and he's still living life. You know, I'm winning. And if I go through that, I can still win then. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's
opens your lens,
it opens,
brother.
Bro. It opens up to like there's many things here.
That's a great perspective, cuz. Bro, you should be proud of yourself, brother. This is crazy. There's so much value in here. I want to know what your future, like 5-10 years, where do you want to see yourself?
Where I want to see myself, funny how you say that. I went to church, brother. Actually, we'll start off with that. I went to church. I hadn't been to church in years, bro. But like every time I go to church, I always get a reading done, eh? You know, because you know my name from the Bible, my whole family from the Bible. You know, I wanted to be a pastor, all of that. You know, that was like my dream, bro. I got haircuts as my old pastor, Pastor Bob Sinclair. You know, and wow. You know, and I went to the church down in Tiamutu about 4 years ago, just before I bought our house. I went to the church there, bro, and there was a speaker that goes around the world speaking. And it was the first time I had stepped foot in the church in like probably 7-8 years. I stepped foot in there, bro, and he stood up. And I still got the recording somewhere. I'll ask for it, actually. Still got the recording somewhere. And he said that he wants to pick out, there's a very few people in here he wants to pick out and give a word to. And no lies, brother, he picked me out. No lies, he come and gave me a word, and it's all on record, bro. And this is the 4th reading I've had done from 4 different pastors, bro. And in those readings, it was like, you know, wealth, health, you know, good things are going to come to you. I see you and your partner's going to grow. You're going to have multiple businesses, multiple homes. You're going to be successful, just nothing but greatness, brother. And it's like crazy. And it's like when these things, like when we open a new business or start a new journey, I always tell my partner, like, babe, shit, remember when we got that reading done?
Wow.
I go, this is your first reading that you heard in person with me. I said, but I had these, 5 years prior, 5 years before. You know what I mean, brother? And it's like, what was spoken there is like where I'm at now. And it's like, that's my vision. But like where I want to be, where I see myself in the next 5 to 10 years, my goal at the moment, my dream, my vision, where I want to be is at the moment, we've just finished our house, our project, our business. And the next, I'm 26 now. So by the time I'm 30, I at least want another home. I want to ever get a doapa, redo it up, flick it, sell it, and then use the money, the profit for that to buy another home. There's many ways to do it, bro. There's many ways to do home in there, bro. And it's like I learned from that because my old man and that used to do that. And I used to go through helping do it. I learned a lot of that. But like, pretty much used, so we've done our renovations on our home now. We've spent, some good chunk of money on that, like heaps of money, bro. So we're going to be waiting to reevaluate that. So when we reevaluate that, it'll come back as a bigger cost. Hopefully it should be anyway. And then when we get the right time, this is the entry point, is we're going to use the equity for that to buy another house, which we're going to do that in 2020 before COVID come, bro. It kind of just f***ed us off. That's what we're going to do. So that's kind of set us back full 3 years, bro. So then we're going to do that. We'll use that equity for another home, whether it's to buy and rent or buy and sell. But we want to get into, I see, the vision is, pretty much is to own multiple homes, bro, and start flipping. And I've got the knowledge for that. I've got the experience, I've got all of that, but just need the coin. Yeah. That's the biggest thing, brother. Yeah, brother. As one thing in life is that you got to have, and that's why a lot of people get into business, bro, because if you notice a lot of businesses, they have certain job role plays. Yeah. But for me, I'm trying to build a business, like build me to be the whole business. So I come to the table with the coin, with the money, with the knowledge, the wisdom. I come to the table with the experience. You know what I mean? Because there's like 4 people in business. There's the one that knows how to make money, that has no knowledge. So then you got the person that knows how to make the knowledge but the wisdom, the knowledge and wisdom, but doesn't know how to make the money. Then you got the person that's got straight action that doesn't know how to make no money, but just action, man. You know what I mean? That just gets the mahi done. Operations guy. And then you've got the person that's got the money. You know what I mean? And it's like, and the experience, and it's like, you put all 4 together, bro, anything's possible. But with me, I've been around all of those people for so long at such a young age. I'm trying to like upskill myself so then I can pass that on to my generation. Yeah, but like I want to make it so then I don't have to rely on them, bro. So then I am the backbone. When it comes to money, boom, I got the bag. When it comes to knowledge, boom, I got the knowledge, the wisdom. When it comes to the experience, boom, I've done that. Yeah. I've done that over here. There's no difference from doing it here. What's the difference? Dealing with different people, that's it. But then I've got the people skills to be able to interact with other people to make shit happen. Wow. And not only that, bro, I got the action, I've got the determination and the motivation to get shit done. And that's one thing that I always have had.
Meshach Te Ahuru, ladies and gentlemen. That concludes another episode of Us Team. We'll be back next week for another episode. If you haven't, hit that subscribe button and we'll drop our socials on here as well. We'll see you guys next week. Kia ora team. Thank you.